Hello, one and all. I am RazörFist, and welcome to RazörFist Arcade Live. Say hello to the kind people, Terengale.
Hello, kind people, of which there are none.
Of which there are absolutely none. Godspeed, folks. We are going to be playing Doom 2016, a oft-requested game for us today, and we're going to be discussing E3 and some of our predictions, I suppose, for E3.
But then, shouldn't we be playing the smash hit Rage?
Is that really? Are you seeing kind of the preliminary bullshit for that? It looks like they're trying to steer into. Oh my! Whoa! Holy shit! That was a big one. But that's what she said. But no. Are you seeing? They're kind of steering into the retrosploitation skid with Rage a little bit.
Yeah.
They have like a retro-ish kind of logo with it, and
it's Mad Max.
Yeah, it's like Bethesda kind of it kind of bombed the first one, so the whole grimdark thing ain't gonna fucking fly anymore. What's up with the audio? Hold on. Just a second. I don't know what is going on with the audio. Do you want to,
Do?
Echo audio?
Oh.
Why would there be an echo on the audio? Hold on a second.
Sorry, folks. We got a new mic set up.
Yeah, we do have a new mic set up. It actually should be precluding echo. It's your, audio. Weird. Hold on a second. Maybe you're up too loud? Just a second. I sound fine. Okay. The mic is from Israel.
Wait, what?
The mic is in triple parentheses.
No.
What? That's not incorrect. Let me see. You might just be too loud, is what's going on.
Well, there's a change.
Yeah, it's possible. How about we turn you down and then just speak closer into the mic?
Well, I've been doing that.
It's possible. Okay. Then I will...
Hello.
Okay. Does that sound any better?
Hello.
Is that... Let us know.
Testing.
We don't want to have any funky issues going on.
$20 donation. Message retracted. Wow.
The fuck? It says apparently the echo is worse. The echo is worse.
Robot voice.
A robot voice.
Robot
Okay,
house.
bro, you need to... You're gonna have to listen to this.
Rocket launcher!
That's why I said turn down the speakers.
Alright. Just a second. We're gonna sort these audio issues out.
Might as well. I mean, why not?
Well, we have time before the stream starts here.
Where's my back? Oh, I was gonna use mine. Whatever. Beep boop. Ah. There.
Okay. Sorry, gang. Kind of a funky audio setup. We've never done the two mic setup before. We actually did this to... we actually did tests and it sounded fine, so
Yeah.
I don't know what the fuck is wrong now. Nothing changed. Alright. And we do have... Video capture device is good to go. Yes, sir. Look at all that glorious doom in that party. Gonna give some demons some buckshot BJs here today. I mean, I suppose if worst comes to worst, we could just put the mic in between again and do it old school, I suppose. But sounds like your mic is a little funky.
Well, That is weird.
What's weird?
What's going on with my voice? That's weird. I'm listening back to it. Yeah, it's like doubled.
You sound like T-Pain?
It sounds doubled for some reason.
Weird. Maybe it's a, could be possibly from mine. Maybe we're getting echo from my microphone. Let me make the ultimate sacrifice and turn myself down for a moment. No, go ahead and try and talk for me.
Hello?
Okay, let's see how that sounds. Say things. Yeah, we might try unplugging it. We'll do that next.
I could whisper.
It's not technical difficulties, gang. It's character. That's what it is. Am I the only one who doesn't hear the echo? Yeah, I don't know. We recorded several samples just to make sure, but there was nothing.
Yeah, I mean, there's bound to be some issues here and there.
You hearing it?
Well, I still have to.
Okay.
I'll be hearing this just in a second.
We'll try unplugging and replugging in a moment. Sorry about this riveting pulse pounding action here.
Yeah, there's still a slight.
I promise the buckshot BJs are coming. I promise.
There's just a slight echo, very light. So I mean, it's getting corrected.
It sounds to me like it's actually my microphone that's picking up an echo from him. Maybe there's a little bit of a delay.
Hello.
I'm gonna unplug and replug yours.
Okay.
All right. And I'll turn myself down and talk into it, and then you say some things, and we'll see if that has ameliorated the issue.
So how many
what
of
the
you
fuck
have played Doom?
is Snap Map again?
You're
I can't even
beginning to
remember.
irritate me.
Yes, you are, microphone. Yes, you are.
Oh, that just about fixed it, I think.
Yeah, but how am I coming through? Because it seems like it's pretty low.
You sound pretty good, actually.
Yeah? Okay. Then we're good. Okay. It sounds like that's what the issue was. We were picking up Terengel on my microphone and his, and that's the problem.
It's just a matter
We
of...
could always fix this problem by you shutting the fuck up. I mean, that's always an option.
Fine. You can read your own fucking donations. How about that?
Right, exactly. Taryn's microphone, inverted triple parentheses.
What does that even mean?
I think it means they're German. I think that's actually...
Oh.
Those are Zyklon parentheses.
Oh my.
Those parentheses are lampshades. Anyways,
No.
let's
No.
That's not.
Oh god. We used the Doom theme. Now we're playing.
Hey, okay, folks. Let's tear into Doom, shall we? Well,
Time
first
off of
let's read a few donations for you folks, and then we'll jump on into Doom.
Oh god almighty. Where am I? Going back. Going back.
No, that's not.
Not from...
Okay, there we go. All right.
First donation comes in from 3 hours ago. Game King 40 says, "Is it just me, or is there some sort of weird crossover between black metal and synthwave? We got acts like Perturbator, who used to be in black metal band, and we got acts like Ghost, who's
an open theistic
Satanist.
Am I the only one who notices this? Yes, and you're a faggot.
What?
And thank you for the money, though. No, I'm just fucking with you. No, I've noticed that too. I think it's mostly because the best black metal is from the 80s. So people who are into good black metal, anyways, are usually they're 80s fiends. So it's the fucking posers that are into the shit from the 90s. Not that there's not good stuff in the 90s, but I'm gonna fucking decode black metal for you all for a moment. the best 90s black metal is basically just 80s black metal plagiarism. It's true. It's factual. Bojack Outlaw says, "Hey, Razor, thoughts on Games Workshop making books targeting kids based off the Warhammer 40k universe? It's called Warhammer Adventures."
There's no way that's real.
That cannot possibly be real.
Well, we have access to the
You
internet.
can't be... Okay, type it... well, hold on.
You got the keyboard. This is a weird setup, folks.
Okay. Let's do it. We're looking this up. Warhammer Adventure. Oh my god. You're shitting me. WarhammerAdventures.com.
Oh my god.
What?
That...
This is a thing? Look this up right now. If you haven't done it,
fuck?
look it up. Oh my god. There's a kid. There's a kid doing the cliche, "I'm reading a book" pose. The little stock. Oh my god.
He can learn about the armored brains and
Jumpin'
the soul suckers.
Jumpin' Jehoshaphat.
The hell?
Wow. Rudiger Sampson. So excited for this stream. We'll be listening back when I get off work. Any chance there'll be a new 8-Bit podcast in the future? If the band gets back together. I haven't heard from most of them in a while. I did see Yell Chaos shoot me a message on Twitter. I hadn't got around to replying to it, but I will.
Rudiger Sampson says, "For Darren Gale, what is your favorite comic book series?" Oh, God. I'd have... Maybe not series, but a few isolated ones. I loved Aliens Stronghold.
Yeah.
That was a really impressive one. If you ever get a chance, try to read that.
Fruits Basket.
Let's see what else. The 2008 to 2010 run of X-Force was really good. Really strong.
Giggler, man. They killed the Giggler!
I think I'll leave it there.
Yeah. Only the pedo scenes in Evangelion. Wild Rock.
Agent BJ09 says, "Guten Tag, Razor and Terran. Question for you both, related to Bethesda. Do you think the company has been willfully taking advantage, yes, of the modding community in terms of Q&A?"
Oh yes.
Oh, hell
I
yes.
actually I think I that's in my original Skyrim review, isn't it? Talking about how the PC master race likes to call it itself the master race, but at the end of the day, they're really if you think about it, it's the PC servant class, because these companies release like barely ass finished games.
Oh, yeah.
And then they're like, "Oh well, modding community will fix it."
Yeah, early access is unfortunately...
Yeah, build my pyramids, Egyptian serfs.
I firmly believe so, and I believe Vault 76 will continue to prove it.
Yeah. Well, Vault 76, depending on what it is, it looks to me like Bethesda's about to do the Fallout answer to Elder Scrolls Battlespire. That's what it looks like to me, but we'll see.
Alex Seekman says, "Do you think Sony will announce the PS5 at this E3?"
I've been on Twitter too much when I read that as soy. That's...
Sony has explicitly said that they will not be announcing any new hardware at E3. It's just going to be
They won't be
4
announcing
games.
much in the way of software either.
Yeah, no shit, right?
What, 4 major games? That ought to be interesting.
And Winter Exile says, "Razor Terran, hopes, thoughts, concerns for E3 2010."
Well,
that's
this entire stream, ladies and gents. So strap the fuck in and strap on. Oops, let me go ahead and there we go. All right.
And I can switch. This is really only for listening to the stream.
Yes, sir. Okay, gang, you ready for the campaign here? Because I am. It's been literally since launch I have not played this game. I actually deleted my save just because, I wanted to start fresh. Hurt me plenty. Okay. All right. Loving it, loving it, loving it. There was like a 9 1/2 tetrillion gigabyte fucking update that I had to download if I wanted multiplayer. So we're just gonna watch the campaign today, ladies and gentlemen. Like we're gonna play single player. We're gonna pretend it's 1996. Is this? Yeah, it's loading.
It says you're a heretic!
Yeah, there he is.
And it's right. It's absolutely correct.
They are rage.
Oh.
Brutal, without mercy. But you
Oh, how's the game audio, by the way?
I'm listening to it now.
Okay.
rip and tear until it is done.
Oh, the Undertaker symbol.
I am the Lord of Darkness. Bring me a body bag.
Okay, so turn the TV down and bring the game audio up.
Okay. Let's do that. Video capture device. Whoopsie. Sorry, I was bringing up the audio.
Rip and tear.
Fuck y'all. Oh, headshot. Look at that beautiful baby right there. Look at that. Gorgeous. Gorgeous. I am playing a shooter on a console, so pardon any subpar play here. Or you could just make fun of me. I mean, that's fun too. Alright, what are we doing here? Oh, hi, Cortana. You're an unwanted app. The fuck? The fuck?
We have to contain this.
Should probably, turn on the subtitles.
Oh yeah, don't forget to do that. Can't miss any of that riveting dialogue.
Yeah. If only we could go ahead and mute that dubstep bullshit.
Oh, turn down.
What do you say, John?
Should we turn down music
Turn down the music. What are you talking about?
in the game? Because
Uh,
it can get pretty loud and it is industrial.
yeah. Here we go.
And yes, we're on PS4 right now.
We are on PS4 right now.
Making sure all the levels are level.
Strap in for blurry textures. There we go. You think there would be a Doom sequel announced this early at E3?
No,
You're beginning to irritate me.
unfortunately, I believe Bethesda's lineup is too full. What with Fallout, their shitty card game, Elder
Shitty
Scrolls
card
Online,
game.
Somerset.
There's gotta be at least one thing. I mean, they already announced Rage. So
Yeah, and Rage 2, that would be the
yeah, they already announced Rage 2, so what else do they have if they don't announce like a new something?
We can work together and resolve
I don't know, man.
Starfield?
And
guess.
Quake Champions. That's also.
Quick yeah.
So, I mean, that's
There's gonna be
already
at
an
least
hour.
one curveball thrown in there.
I don't know, man.
There's gotta be.
My hopes are
Like,
low.
Yeah, I don't know. For Bethesda, in terms of Bethesda predictions, let's stop here just for a moment and think about Bethesda, because this is, after all, published by Bethesda. So we're gonna have Rage 2 for sure, Retrosploitation Edition. We're gonna have Quake Champions. We're gonna have the shit card game. We're gonna have Somerset, the dog shit expansion for Elder Scrolls. There have been some leaks. It's mentioned, by the way, that Skyrim on the toilet. Billy D. Gargle Blast. Hello, what have we here? But no. Yeah, so, like, there has to be at least one thing that's new that's thrown in there.
I don't know.
I don't see Dishonored 3, because that game went up like a fart in
no,
church.
No. In my head, they physically don't have the time. Like, their schedule, their lineup is full with what they've already announced.
No. I mean, we just announced, like, we just rattled off, like, 5 things, and one of them's a card game. That would, their entire... Yeah, people are saying Starfield, but I'm like, is it ready?
Yeah.
That's kind of the question.
Yeah.
They've been cock-teasing Starfield for a long time. So it's either Starfield, or it's going to be... Or I would predict a Doom 2. That's the only thing I can think of.
I don't know, man. What with
Quake Champions, though, yeah, you wouldn't want to crowd the marketplace with shooters, would you?
Yeah, that's my thinking. It would be Quake Champions, Fallout,
Now, we should
Rage
say,
2.
in the interest of full disclosure, Wolfenstein, that's actually not a bad guess. Fallout 76, of course, as well. But that was already leaked. That's the thing. Like, I guess... we should say there have been some rumors about Elder Scrolls 6 that should be said. How reputable those rumors are, who knows? That kind of bullshit happens before every E3. But, you know, it is what it is. That's what I would think. I would think either they finally are going to stop cock-teasing us with the Starfield and give us some substantive information on that. Oh, my. Glory kills! Right. Oh, yes. I love this game. And it's glitches.
Fuck him up.
Oh, hell yeah. Nice. Not as good as Brutal Doom, but it'll do, pig. Ooh, was that a double headshot? Did you see that?
No, hold on. I'll watch the stream and I'll get to watch it.
Oh, yeah. Another headshot. Good shit. Good shit. Man, this game was so refreshing when it came out. It still kind of is.
That was a double headshot. Very nice.
Nice.
People are saying Hexen, and I understand wanting another Hexen or a Heretic.
Do they have the rights
That's
to it, though?
Exactly what I was going to ask.
That's my
I don't
question.
think they own the rights.
What do you say, John? Fuck them.
Fuck 'em.
Fuck them.
Before we continue,
a few more questions.
Let's do a few more donations.
Oh, the shotty. Look at that beast. Look at that beast. Where are you? Can you... Oh, you can't? You can't, like, spin it around and look at it and molest it?
Robert T. Longway says, hey, Razor and T. Boogie, on a previous stream you mentioned a familiarity with the Wheel of Time. Did you finish the series?
Have I finished the series? No.
Okay.
No. I think I did the first couple of books or whatever. I enjoyed it. It was cool.
If so, do you think Sanderson did an okay job? Also, Doom 2016 was fantastic.
It
My
sure
game
was.
Of the year.
Yep. It was damn good. Yeah, I'm trying to think of what else for 2016. No. Ladies and gentlemen, Mankind Divided.
Was that 2016?
It sure as shit was.
Fuck yeah. Love that goddamn game.
You're damn right.
And Jason the Unpopular. I asked my girlfriend to marry me today.
Nice.
She said no.
Oh, that's...
What a relief.
Well, if she's gonna say no, I guess it would be a relief. What a bitch. What a fucking cunt.
Bullet dodged, if I may be so bold. Let's see. I said bullet dodge. Robert T. Longway donates again and says, hi again. I know you detest new metal, but are there any bands you could stomach if forced, or even like?
New metal? Yes. Chevelle. Chevelle or no one else. Chevelle's great. I've always liked Chevelle.
And,
oh, glory!
Gorma64 coming in with that $50. Got myself the Elric Saga Mark 1 book with the Elric of Melnibone, the Sailor, and the Seas of Fate. And the Weird of the White Wolf. Question, if you're the executive producer on the Elric movie, who would you choose to work on it?
In terms of a director, are there any, like, bankable fantasy directors, honestly, at this point? I would almost go with, like, an unknown who just has a good kind of visual style. You know who might be kind of good, actually? he threw kind of an Elric-ish ripoff character into his movie. I don't like Guillermo del Toro at all, but I think he had actually he might do a pretty good Elric, personally. I don't like Guillermo del Toro at all. I think his movies are really overrated. But yeah, he might have the sensibility to pull off an Elric. He kind of did it in Hellboy 2. He put kind of an Elric. I can't believe it's not Elric character in the damn movie. Rip it out! Gore nests. Fuck yeah. Ladies and gentlemen, this game was exactly what shooters were missing in 2016.
Jason the Unpopular says, "Hey guys, I'm starting an online petition asking Sony Interactive to change the name of Death Stranding to Norman Reedus and the Funky Penis. Can I count on your support?"
I would have gone with Kojima's Wankathon, but sure. Why the fuck not?
Let's see. Games for Fun says Fallout 76 Rust clone.
Yeah, we'll see. That's been the rumor. The other rumor is, kind of there's going to be a Fortnite kind of thing going on with it, but, every new game that gets announced, everybody thinks it's going to be a Fortnite clone, so...
Just don't let it be Battle Royale. You know how many Battle Royale games we're getting? I can name like 5.
Yeah, it just gets worse and worse.
Liberty Prime says, "Freedom is the sovereign right of every American." Speaking of Fallout references, thoughts on Fallout 76? By the way, your appearance on Crowder rocked.
Fuck yeah, dude, I enjoyed it. I hadn't been on Crowder in a while, so I had a hell of a good time. Let's get, alright.
He cannot be allowed to leave this place. He will ruin
How
everything.
is that practical at all, that outfit?
But Fallout 76, yeah, we were just talking about that.
I'm
Honestly,
willing to take full responsibility
here we go.
for the horrible events
Wub
of the
wub.
last
Brace for
24
wub wub.
hours, but you must understand. Our interest in their world was purely for the betterment of mankind. Everything has clearly gotten out of hand now. But it was worth the risk, I assure you.
Wubs for the Wub God. Oh yeah. Game is just pitch perfect. Not so much the soundtrack. I still maintain the soundtrack is overrated shit, but... Oh, is there anything over here? Nope.
I love that little at the end there.
You're damn right. Where do we need to go here?
Apparently, I skipped a question.
Did
But,
you?
I'm looking.
You just jump down and you're fine? I can't remember. Why the fuck not?
I don't think there's any fall damage, is there?
I just learned there is not, so like I said, it's been forever since I played this. Too long.
Oops, up in the mic. Sorry, guys.
Hello. Hello. How do you switch guns? Is there like a bullshit wheel menu? Of course there is.
I believe so,
It's
yeah.
2016. Of course there's a wheel menu. Right. Ooh. Can I just mention briefly how fucking refreshing, like dipping your balls in ice water on a 100-degree day, it is to hold down the left trigger and not go into fucking iron sights?
Oh,
Can I just...
every game needs that.
Oh, I'm so sick
There was
of
a
iron
game
sights.
that recently came out where you pull the left trigger and the gun just comes out. You don't aim down the sides, but it's actually to pull out your damn weapon. That's it. I love that.
Yeah, right, exactly. It's just so much cooler. Like, you don't... If you're playing a first-person shooter, if I want realism, I'll go join the fucking special forces. You know what I mean? Like, I'm playing a video game about a Doom guy on Mars. Like, how about you just, what's up? You alright?
There's an echo now.
What changed?
There's an echo on you.
Okay, then it's you. Hold on a second.
No, it's on both of us for some reason.
Let's see here. I think it has to do with lag a little bit. Let's see here. Just a momento. Kill that. Maybe kill that. See if that helps. T-Boogie 9000 malfunctioning. He's going all HK-47 on us. Alright. Yeah, it looks like we have a little bit of lag. That's probably what it is. I wonder if...
Windows 98.
I wonder if... Just a second, guys. If that bullshit started downloading
For those
again.
of us just joining us, this is a new mic setup that we've got going here. So
Yeah.
bound to be some issues.
I think it relates to the lag, bro. I think it does. The stream lag. Beautiful. So let's go ahead and... Okay. Alright, just a second, guys. I'm gonna leave you and then come back. Okay. Testing, testing. 1, 2, 3.
Hello?
Remember to get
Testing,
nice
testing.
and close. Right in here, right into it.
Intimate.
Right into its mic pussy.
ASMR.
Right deep down in that mic gash. Are we good? Okay. So I'm good, sounds like. The parentheses have taken physical form! They have changed their shapes.
What? Where do you people get this shit?
Alright, sweet. Okay, then we will continue on making fun of Bethesda. Alright, you might want to ask some questions here. Let's see here. Get on down.
I think I might still be echoing, but we'll find out here in just a second. How bad am I, guys?
What was the last one we... Murphy the Bandchild says, joke, what's old, wrinkled, and smells like ginger? Fred Astaire's face. What genre do you think Death Stranding will wind up falling into? Enjoy this whole dollar with absolutely no money going to YouTube. Well, you tried. Death Stranding, I think it's gonna wind up being. Seems like it's gonna be kind of an open world adventure thing.
I don't know. Well, maybe open.
You know what I'm betting? It's gonna be a little more like an Assassin's Creed in terms of how it plays, because Kojima has had like a 2 1/2 centimeter erection for Assassin's Creed lo these many years, he's been wanting to fucking do that for a long-ass time. And I'm betting now that he's free from Konami, he's gonna decide, oh shit, I'm gonna go Assassin's Creed route, because there's just not enough of that bullshit.
Rocket launcher!
Expect over-the-shoulder shit, because literally there's a shoulder-mounted thing on his fucking character.
Over the shoulder, what, like third-person
Yeah.
shooter? I guess. I haven't seen any guns, though. Although, we haven't seen any gameplay either, so... But that's par for the course with Kojima. Get on up here and fucking shotgun the shit out of this guy. Yeah! Eat it!
I guess I can live with sounding like a robot.
You still sound like a robot?
Yeah, it's not too terribly noticeable, but
Rocket launcher!
This is really irritating. Let's crank you up. And... okay. Let's try that.
try this. Hello?
It's still kind of loud. The game's kind of loud. Is that what you're saying?
Oh yeah, we could just drop that down.
That's not hard. Yeah, I thought.
Isn't that nice? Fucking Streamlabs is telling us we have dropped frames.
Yeah, it actually tells you. It's pretty cool.
Yeah, we lowered the game volume, guys. So.
Drop the game volume. How's it sounding? Let's see here. Are you still sounding like C-3PO, Human-Cyborg Relations? Speaking of which, Human-Cyborg Relations was the original subtitle for Solo.
Yeah. Anthony Carollo says, it's loud, unlike the screams of Bajoran laborers during the Cardassian occupation.
I did what I did for the glory of Cardassia! Yeah, he still has robot voice? Do you still have it?
Yeah, still robot. I don't know why. Maybe unplugging me and replugging me again? I don't know.
Have you tried refreshing? Okay, let's, we're gonna have to change this setup.
Beep, boop.
Yep. So...
Can we just do this? How do you do that?
I'm just gonna kill this. This will go away. For now. And, you'll have to lean in and speak into this, I guess.
Goody.
Alright. And, yeah. Cool. So hopefully that solves the problem. Sorry for that.
I'll deal with psychos.
Oh, that was beautiful.
Away.
That was beautiful.
Where did we leave off? Alex Seekman once again says, donates again and says, Fallout 76, go. We've already pretty much talked about it.
Be sure to lean in, man.
I'm trying. God damn it, your chair is huge.
Let's try, Mic needs to be cranked up here a little bit. There we go. We're on PS4, Ember. Cool.
Actually, they can hear me just fine.
They can?
Yeah.
You good? Okay.
We're actually pretty good right here.
Low ammo. This is not good. Doesn't anybody have any missiles?
Kazakami says, it's been a long day. Make me feel better by talking shit about Justin Trudeau. A man I never voted for, but still have to call a prime minister.
Let me stop you at man.
Yeah.
Oh, Jesus. And it's kind of a Barry Goldwater, John McCain situation, because like Pierre Trudeau, a lot of people really like in Canada. And the apple apparently falls about 50 miles from the fucking tree, in this case. Of course, when that apple was reared in fucking Cuba originally... I mean, what? That's not... Nobody who doesn't know about the Fidel Castro conspiracy is gonna get that.
Oh, God. Joseph Haynes says, can Microsoft recover its Xbox 360 era glory ever again? What strategy would they have to employ according to you guys? Keep up the good work. God fucking speed.
What do you think?
Oh, God. Well, maybe if their next console has the same high rate of failures like the Xbox 360, what was it, like a third? Maybe then, I mean, you know, just for the lulz.
You think that was the secret?
Yeah. I think they fucked up and it put them on the map, and then they fixed it.
What do you say, John? Fuck them.
That's what I say too. For me, I think you've gotta lean into like the last. I think one of the problems with the Xbox One is it was such a redundancy next to PC. Like the cool thing about the original Xbox, because really, like, I don't think they need to reclaim quote unquote the glory of the 360, because the 360 was a console for its time. I think they need to reclaim the glory towards the end of the original Xbox, where you had a console that felt like it was completely distinct from the pack. It had features that none of the other consoles had. It was like half a PC, half a console. It was a beast. It had games that weren't on the other consoles. I think you've got to steer into that kind of thing, as opposed to just, hey, look, we're more powerful than the PS5 or whatever. And by the way, I'm going on record. I think either PS5 is going to be like the Switch, or they're going to try and release a device that is basically, I can't believe it's not a Switch. It's
Really?
The rhetoric we're hearing out of fucking Sony is, hey, look at those Switch dollars. Like, they clearly want a piece of the fucking Switch. So, let me turn this. All right.
Joss Ricketts says, have you played Planescape Torment? As for E3, I hope they show a proper new Splinter Cell. So want proper shadow hiding stealth game.
Yeah.
At least there's new Hitman 2.
There is, although it's being published by WB Games, so don't get your fucking hopes up. You like that? No sooner did they enter into a fucking publishing arrangement with WB Games than they immediately leak their fucking game online. Like, wow.
Oh yeah, a lot of shit got leaked. Splinter Cell got leaked. Yes, there is going to be a new Splinter Cell, apparently.
I'm sure they are glad they signed up with them. Alright, let's... Oh, hello. Kiko!
Let's see, what's next?
Got my pussy pass.
Samuel Steingart says, have you read Vertigo's Sandman Mystery Theater from Matt Wagner?
No, I haven't, no.
And Walrus Aurelius says, thoughts on Command & Conquer? Was Red Alert the wokest game ever when it comes to pre-World War II Europe Stalin's ambitions?
Yeah, I don't know. It was kind of cool. Like, I was always more of a StarCraft guy than Command & Conquer, but it's just bottom line, it's just a fun game. That's the thing about, like, the late 90s. We were so fucking spoiled with RTSs. There were great fucking Star Trek RTSs and great Star Wars RTSs, and it was just a huge wave of them because of the success of StarCraft and Command & Conquer. And, fucking not Mech Assault, but Mech Commander. I mean, God, there were great goddamn RTSs. And then, like, it seemed within 3 years, boom, all gone. All gone. It's kind of like the music games phenomenon. It seemed like you could not go one E3 without seeing like 5 new music games announced.
Yeah.
And then within 3 years...
Thank God that died.
Yeah, within 3 years, gone.
Jay Center says, have you played or even remember Shadowrun for the SNES?
Of course. Of course, it's a great game.
Also, listen to Angels...
Speaking of which, if you like Cyberpunk and you like kind of an SNES vibe and you like the RPG aspects of Shadowrun for the SNES, you need to go out and pick yourself up a game off of Steam called Dex.
Yes.
That is a game you need to play.
And he says, also listen to Angels Calling by Sabaton. World War I epicness. Godspeed, you magnificent bastards.
You need to listen to Red Baron Blue Max by Iced Earth. Here, there's your World War I excellence. Oh! Shotgun Justice.
Where did I leave off? Murphy the Band Child says, joke. What's old, wrinkled, and smells like
I already
ginger?
read that.
Oh, you already did?
Wait, what?
What's old, wrinkled, and smells like ginger?
Yeah. Yeah, I already read that.
Okay. Alex Calloway says, hey, Razor, have you seen or read Moneyball?
No, I haven't. No, I've heard it's a good one. I've heard it's good. Didn't they make a shit movie out of it?
You know what? It does sound familiar.
It was all about what's his name? Scott Boras? The guy who basically got baseball players insane contracts. You know, a really controversial guy. Alright. Whoa! Whoa!
The DVC Titan, the DCV Titan says, Terran's android nuts and bolts finally dropped. Well, we'll have to get that worked out later.
Yeah, it sucks because the microphone's really good. It's just the setup, apparently, we need to work on.
Yeah, we'll get it down. Moose Clappin' says, thoughts on the writings of H.P. Lovecraft?
Pretty awesome. Pretty awesome. I know, I think my favorite thing H.P. Lovecraft did, actually, was the whole debate he had with Robert E. Howard about the existence of God and, you know, what happens after death and shit like that. Like, that was actually interesting. Robert E. Howard and H.P. Lovecraft were buds.
Use the lever for a secret level?
What lever?
I don't know. Go back about 30 seconds.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what lever they're talking about, bro. It don't matter. Like I said, I haven't played this literally since launch, so I'm gonna fuck up and be a scrub. It's just... This is a fact. Okay, let's get up here.
Oh, and speaking of H.P. Lovecraft, we're getting, like, 2 fucking games for Cthulhu. We have Call of Cthulhu coming out, a new one. And we've got The Sinking City. So, look those guys up.
Yep.
Heretic, play the classic level. They really want you to pull that lever under the balcony.
Under the balcony.
Or there is a lever inside the cage.
Lever inside the cage in the back. So, here? I'm not seeing any lever. See, I didn't find this the first time I played the game, so... What lever?
Perfect Harbinger asks, thoughts on the potential Bloodborne 2. It's not Bloodborne, it's fucking Tenchu.
No, I don't believe it'll be Tenchu, personally.
Really?
I don't believe. Because FromSoft have shown no interest in fucking Tenchu. Absolutely flat fucking zero.
People saying back, down,
Down?
somewhere down.
Okay. Down.
Near the cargo dock.
Okay. So around here. That's odd. I do not see... No.
Well, my mind is on Tenchu. Let's see, where did I leave off? Powderbot says, "Hey Razor, I know you said you're not a huge fan of thrash, but was wondering if you'd check out my band Storm Razor and see what you think. I promise no guerrilla vocals. Check us out on YouTube. P.S. I play drums." We will have to do that. Anthony Carollo says, "Ducat Garrick 2375. We're gonna build a Dyson sphere around Cardassia and make Bajor pay for it. Grab him by the nose ridge. Thoughts on Van Halen?" Jump down right below you.
I'm not a big Van Halen guy. They're okay, some of their early stuff. By the mid-'80s, and I especially don't like David Lee Roth. I don't even like David Lee Roth on the good stuff, personally. I never thought he was that great.
People are saying down right where you were, like it was right below you.
Yeah, but I'm not seeing any lever. There's no lever down there that I'm aware of. So
Maybe on the wall, like beneath you?
I don't know. I'm not seeing it, homies.
Jump from cargo to ledge.
Jump from cargo to ledge.
Oh.
Okay.
It's back there, I see.
What?
It must be back there on that ledge.
I saw a ledge, but... Pardonnez-moi.
Did you already,
What's up?
opine on Van Halen?
Yes, I did.
Mr. DJ Flyhigh says, "Which one do you think will be the biggest elephant in the room for E3 this year?"
I think it'll be the JQ. I mean, what? That's not. The biggest elephant in the room. Well, I'm sure we'll go in yet another year without any fucking substantive news of Star Citizen.
Oh god, that's never going to be at E3. Maybe at PC. Maybe at the PC conference.
I don't know. So you said go off the ledge. Okay.
Apparently it's facing the cargo.
Facing the cargo?
What about the wall behind you? To your left now. That wall. And then follow it around to the left. Around this ledge.
That's just...
Yeah.
Yeah, that's just a door that doesn't open.
The lever is inside us all. Yes, that's correct. The UAC thing. No, right. To your right. Jesus.
Fuckers. You have any idea how impossible it is to follow directions from 15 people?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's not happening. Unfortunately, I never found the lever before, so the UAC thing. That thing?
Oh. No.
I mean, is that...
Is that a lever?
Oh, there we are. Okay. Haha. I'm only half retarded. Oh, pull the damn thing.
You're in power armor. There. Apparently that opened it up somewhere.
Oh, here we go. All right. Let's do it. Oh, fuck. Get some health going here. There we go. Yikes. Fuck your shit.
Yeah! Rip and tear!
Okay, what do we got here? Let's go with the pistol. God, what is this thing? A fucking super soaker? What is...
Wargame says, "Boppity boopity, Razor and Terran. What did you get? What do you get when you cross an Italian and a Jew? Olive Garden."
What?
Because it's a business.
I guess.
Cigar chomping penguin says, "How do you keep up to date on music? Rock and roll rock and metal radio sucks the balls off the dog here in New Jersey.
It sure does, Timmy. It sure does.
How do you keep up on music?
You kind of find record companies that tend to feature the kind of music that you like and just follow them. A lot of them have YouTube channels. You know, Frontiers Records is pretty good for not just for having a lot of classic bands, but also new bands that have that kind of classic sound. If you like black metal, it's a little trickier because, you know, a lot of those black metal record labels kind of went out of business. And the ones that are left are kind of shit, like Seasons of Mist. Fucking hate that record label. I always have.
Seasons of Mist?
Yeah, a bunch of fucking French fagaloons. Hey!
It sounds like the label that fucking Enya would publish under.
Okay. Field drone will supply you with weapon mods that can be activated with the weapon mod L2 button. Choose which mod you want, and it will be attached to your weapon. Okay. Do I want Charged Burst or do I want Explosive Shot? I can't remember which one I went with. I think I went with Charged Burst. I'm going with Charged Burst. Yes! Punch the fucking droid!
Let's see.
That's for helping me!
Bob Jones says, "Hey Razor, loved your latest video. I'm taking a broadcasting course to bolster my GPA, and yesterday we watched The Front in class. I talked to the professor after class and may have red-pilled him about Joe's non-involvement.
Yep.
Let the comm add CCs for
Disease.
death."
You're a disease and information is the cure.
Closed captions for the death, honestly. David NS84 says, "Congrats on McCarthy bid and Crowder.
Thanks, bro.
You'll hit 10K any day now. God damn it." Two quick questions. What's your read on tariffs? And have you seen generic ballot bounce for the Dems?
Well, I mean, first off, like the whole blue wave thing. Anyway, you guys watch the California primary? Even though, you know, a lot of the entrenched Democrats won their races, and of course the Democrat candidate, unsurprisingly, for governor, is ahead, the fucking Republican is within 6 points in California. What the fuck? Like, blue wave? I've seen more blue liquid in diaper commercials. Are you fucking shitting me? I said on Crowder, you know, you could put a D next to Trump's name, they'd elect him king for life without checking. And you got a Republican within 6 ass-fucking points in fucking California. How badly did Jerry Brown fuck up, man? I mean, he really is the modern Gray Davis. It's crazy. But yeah, I don't see, number one, I do not see Democrats. They might pick up a seat here or there because that's the way midterms tend to work. But honestly, they're doing everything in their power to stop that from happening with their behavior. So I almost wouldn't be surprised if they lost seats. At this juncture, if nothing changes, I am predicting they might pick up 1 or 2 seats, you know, your standard amount. There will be no blue wave. I've predicted that for months, and unless something radical changes,
yeah,
I don't see that changing at all. And what was the other part of that question? The read on tariffs.
Yeah, tariffs.
I'm not one of these jagoffs who is completely anti-tariff because, I'm a free market. It's kind of raving hypocrisy, to be perfectly honest, and it demonstrates a remarkable fucking tone deafness when so-called libertarians, who, by the way, were fucking war hawks during Iraq and every other fucking thing, now conveniently they're small government libertarians when it comes to tariffs and such. You have to understand, there's like basically China has had a soft trade war on the United States for
China
for a long while now, and you know, these armchair libertarian shitbags aren't the ones who are you know, they go to write their fucking column on the Daily Wire. I'm not gonna say what their names are, but their names rhyme with Genjitiro. They're not the ones showing up and finding out their fucking jobs have been outsourced to fucking India. You know what I mean? So the whole idea that tariffs and import taxes and such are anti-free market, kind of bullshit, to be perfectly honest. It's because what we have right now is not really a free market, because the Chinese and other nations as well have basically used loopholes to make sure the playing field is not at all level. So we can't even really have a free market because the playing field isn't level to begin with.
Alrighty. Brad Davies says, I understand based off past Hate Fit podcast episodes, you're not a fan of Deadpool. That being said, have you checked out the movies yet?
Nope.
And also, will the Hate Fit train be riding again anytime soon? I think you already answered.
Yeah, I already answered that.
Evan Rose says, does E3 matter? They need an event to lie to us? Well, Ubisoft definitely does.
Yeah. There we go. Whoa. Whoa, 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 whoa.
I think E3 matters. Just a little bit.
E3 is probably the only game conference that matters substantially at present.
Well, we know PSX doesn't. Jesus Christ, did you see the last one?
Not for shit. And Tokyo Game Show is a fucking exercise in irrelevance at this point.
We got more at that Paris conference than we did at either of those two.
Very true. Tokyo Game Show's a weird one. Like, every time it happens, the game media tries to convince us all, like, oh, this'll be the Tokyo Game Show that, like, beats E3. And it never happens. It never happens. What do we have here?
And let's see.
Get up here.
Dio Brando says, $5, the kid in Adventures is reading Slanish porn? Slanish?
I don't know what the hell that is. Oh!
Rex W says, thoughts on Warframe?
No thank you, free to play. Oh shit, there we go. Didn't you play that for a while?
I wanted to try it, but other shit came up. Like, actual games.
Yeah.
Jeremiah Cole
Beautiful.
says, do you like The Sopranos or ambient music? Wow, those are two very different things.
Two very different things. I'll listen to ambient stuff when I'm, like, writing or something, or, you know, when I'm doing anything creative. I'll tend to fire up some ambient music. You know, if you have, like, a cable package, you get those music channels and shit. And, you know, that'll tend to, you know, they'll tend to have some ambient channel on there or whatever. Why are you reading them off there, bro?
Well, I'm doing double.
Right there.
I could click back and forth. I could. Razor and Sonny Win.
Oh man!
Oh, did you
Jesus!
answer? Did you answer about the Sopranos? Do you watch the Sopranos?
I'm not a big Sopranos guy.
Okay.
No, I'm of the opinion, you know, I think Deadwood is the best thing that channel's ever produced. Boom!
Sonny Win says, Razor and T1000 bookie. Please take this money. It's far more than I'll spend on LJ. Thoughts on the Tales from the Crypt films? Billy Zane is in the first, and Dennis Miller is in the second.
Yeah, I love Bordello of Blood. It's fucking hilarious. I love it.
This ain't over.
And it's basically like, they basically let Dennis Miller rewrite that whole movie. Like they
did?
They had a movie basically written, and then they cast Dennis Miller, and basically he just turned it into a stand-up comedy routine. He wrote pretty much all of his dialogue. He like improvised everything.
Well, that I expect.
And they whine about it too. There's like a video you can watch on YouTube where like all the fucking actors are whining about Dennis Miller. I imagine this was probably after he came out as conservative, and so they decided to bash him, which Hollywood is wont to do. But they were like, oh, he was a prima donna, and he would just sit there and read his newspaper, and he was just a total dick, and he was this, and he was that. And it's like, I gotta be perfectly blunt. If Dennis Miller wasn't in that movie, probably wouldn't be worth watching.
No.
So whatever he did it right. So maybe you should shut your fucking mouth. Wow. Okay.
Conroy JJ says, "Hi Razor, any anime you recommend?"
Sure. Get Record of Lodoss War and
It says you're a heretic!
get Ronin Warriors, motherfucker.
And of course, I've said it before, but my favorite is Iria Zerum the animation.
Oh my. Whoa. Got him. Off with his head. Come on, bitches. Where are you hiding at?
A Sojourner says, "Thoughts on Trump's remarks on Theresa May and the G7?"
I haven't seen the remarks. Can somebody fill me in? Check the chat.
Yeah.
I actually hadn't heard anything about it. If he's saying that the bitch is going back on Brexit, he's not fucking wrong.
John Horn says, "It will take you
Theresa May is Britain's answer to fucking John McCain. She is selling her whole fucking party out. Oh, did I die? Ah, fuck. My bad.
John Horn says, "It will take you in, and it will spit you out. Behold the flesh and the power it holds." But enough about Rob Reiner's suffocating cellulite rolls.
What was that, a quote from Corey Haim?
Yeah.
Oh.
Bible Blacker, get the fuck out. Yeah, I liked Trigun too. That was really good. Oh, here we go. Donald Trump tells Theresa May, "Brexit is going to be a wonderful thing for your country," as two leaders hold hands at White House.
Oh, good. Good. Maybe it'll convince her to actually go through with it. Like I said, she's a snake in the tall grass. She's your answer to John McCain. She hasn't done shit to move Brexit forward.
Oh yeah, and Big O. I can't forget Big O.
Yes, you can.
I loved it. Fuck you.
All right. No, check out The Running Man. That was a cool little short. Some of the best animation you'll ever see in your life. Check out Riding Bean. Get into that 80s anime, guys, because after about 1995 or so,
Oh yeah.
it's kind of like rap. Like, after 95, it's just not worth a
The
shit.
classic stuff is always the best because it was hand animated.
Yep. As soon as they started transitioning to computers. I mean, some of that early stuff with the computers wasn't too bad. Visually, at least. Most of the stories were shit. But, after a certain point, it really got lazy, and that's kind of where you're at now. And a lot of that has to do with the fact that so many anime studios are going out of business. It's kind of like the video game industry, honestly. It's like consolidation, because there's so few companies left. So what few anime the studios actually make, they have to be guaranteed to make money back on it. So you get all this moe bullshit, and everything's kind of samey. Anime's a business like any other.
Garland Noel says, "Godspeed from Orlando, Razor and T-Boogie. Just wanted to toss you some cash to thank you for your content." Well, thank you.
Godspeed, motherfucker.
Deus Pole Volt donates $14.88 and says, "I noticed a weird pattern in your Communists in Hollywood video. The communists keep accusing people of anti-Semitism. The more you notice, Goyim?"
Here's a problem with that. The people who founded the Hollywood Party.
Pistols and whistle Dixie.
Sorry, you always have to pause for Eastwood. That's the law.
Or
The people who founded the Hollywood Party were two people, Ella Winter and Donald Ogden Stewart, and neither of them were Jewish. They were Anglo. I think Ella Winter was half British, half something else. Donald Ogden Stewart wasn't Jewish, and then the guy who ran the big union that was funded by the commies that basically caused the Black Friday riots in I think it was 45, and of course the Paramount riots in 39, the one I talked about in the video that they required 19 ambulances to haul away the victims. It was such a violent riot, and it turned out he was funded by the communists, as he later admitted to Walt Disney. Herb Sorrell ran that, and he was not Jewish either. It was like a big Irish guy. So while there were a lot of the chosen people among the communist ranks, I think it has more to do with the fact that there's just lots of chosen people in Hollywood, personally. The people who were actually running it were all Anglo. Oh.
Well, let's see.
Let's see here.
I'm going to try to pronounce this correctly. Hi, Reclusiarch Grimaldus says, greetings, Razor and Terraniel.
Garibaldi!
From the Flagstaff Gulag. First-time donor and long-time fan. Keep it up, my friend.
How do you tolerate Flagstaff?
There's nothing to do there. There's nothing.
I can't drive through without being physically overwhelmed by contempt.
I spent 2 weeks in Flagstaff, and the most exciting thing I did was walk to the fucking corner store. There's nothing anywhere.
I played a bunch of shows there, but if I hadn't been doing that, like, I can't imagine what I would have been doing, because there's nothing to do. Nothing. Yeah, it's a college town. I guess people just kind of sit around and be liberal. I guess that's kind of the game plan. Ooh, here we go.
Smell your own farts?
Pretty much. Pretty much.
Rodansk Alamir says, seeing as it was finally made playable as of MAME 0.180, is a Space Lord stream a possibility?
Was it made playable finally? Man, that ROM for the longest time has been one of the few arcade ROMs that has not worked. I would love to do a Space Lord stream, and you would have to
around with that to see if it works.
Yeah, you would have to be my co-pilot on that one, or my gunner rather.
Kongu says,
because that's the cool thing about that game. For those of you who don't know Space Lords, it was this game Sega made, and it was fucking visionary. It was like 1992, 93, something like that, and it was not only could you play as either the pilot or the gunner, right? So what you would have is two cabinets side by side. There would be a joystick and buttons for the pilot, and then a joystick and buttons for the gunner. And then it would be attached to another cabinet, and they had sit-down versions of it too, but there were also stand-up versions. And if I ever got enough money, I would buy that fucking thing. No fucking question. But they were basically networked. It was basically the first ever like multiplayer space sim.
Right.
Essentially. In 1992 or 3. And you could square off in these space fighters. It was pre a lot of the Wing Commander games. I mean, just nuts. Absolutely nuts. So ahead of its time. One of the best Sega games ever made. Or was that Atari? I forget if it was Atari.
I think it was Atari.
Either way, yeah. It was either Sega or Atari. I think it was Atari. You're right. But either way, fucking awesome game. That game, when I played it for the first time at fucking Peter Piper Pizza, changed my goddamn life.
Kongu says, Razor, are you looking forward to hearing more about Greedfall, the new game from Spiders? I have been anticipating that.
Accident-free for 221 days. It's like counting down until there's a male feminist accused of rape.
Reset the clock.
Reset the clock! Did you see the BattleTech dev?
Yeah, I actually put that out on Gab.
He was the game master for the Death from Above thing that they used to do, too.
Oh, really?
Yeah, if you watch the Death from Above show, maybe they will have deleted them all by now. But, so the devs behind BattleTech used to do this live stream on Twitch playing BattleTech A Time of War and playing the tabletop. They were doing the BattleTech RPG. They were running a long game, and they would do a full season of it. He was the GM, like, pretty much the whole time. So, I don't know if you can go through there and watch some of his interactions with the girls, and he acts like a creeper. I don't know.
Ooh, that'd be interesting.
Yeah, I don't know.
Can you get a compilation of that before they
folks,
take down the videos?
It might be worth doing, I'm just saying, folks. You got a lot of free time on your hands. Someone on the internet with free time on their hands. Come on.
So, are you looking forward to hearing about Greedfall from Spiders?
Sure.
I've been anticipating it. TKE198 says, more rumors surfacing that Kathleen Kennedy will be going away.
Yeah, sounds like it.
Do you think the gods will bless us and cancel Roundface Johnson's trilogy?
I almost, if he's locked down contractually, although they've been firing fucking directors left and right. Here's the thing, I think she's being fired less for how unsuccessful the movies are than for how mismanaged they are. I mean, how many directors have been fired midway through production now?
It's becoming a trend,
yes,
isn't it?
Like every single game has had, every single movie has had multiple directors except for The Last Jedi, and you saw how that one turned out. The shittiest one fucking had no production problems. So, I don't know. Alright, let's do it.
Spawn Freak says, ooh.
That is the perfect soundtrack right there to this game.
Spawn Freak says, how deep-seated do you think communism is in the gaming industry?
It really depends. See, I don't think it's so much an industrial thing as it is, it's a location thing. You know, when I heard about the pronoun shit in BattleTech, I mean, I was disappointed, but I was also like, Harebrained Schemes is in Seattle. You know what I mean? Like, it's kind of to be expected. It's sad that that's the case, but it is to be expected. And, you know, this is the problem. We need to get... The gaming industry desperately needs to get to a place where every major city in America has a good studio. They really do. It used to be that way. I remember here in Phoenix, THQ was really big. I had a lot of friends who worked at THQ, worked on Homefront and some of the other games that came out, The Punisher. But then when THQ went away, like, I don't think there's any game studios left in Phoenix.
Yeah.
Which is weird because tech is really big out here. We have Honeywell out here, like military computer contractors and stuff are really big out here, but for some reason video games aren't. But yeah, like it seems like every game studio is based in Austin or fucking Seattle. Sometimes they'll be in California somewhere, you know, and if they're not there, then they're in fucking Canada, because Canada basically pays you to make games there, essentially.
Yeah, I really just think it's the tax thing.
No, absolutely it is. We're taxing businesses out of the United States. You know, the ones who stay are staying at their own expense. Like, I hope you guys realize that. Like, as much as we might hate Bethesda, you have to fucking admire them for staying, despite how much they're probably being taxed.
Hello, I am Vega, the sentient intelligence assigned to Mars. After running
Get us to
diagnostics
Mars.
on the Praetor suit, it appears that I can activate optional challenges.
I'll wait for
that
this
when
little
completed,
piece of
will assist in upgrading your
story
arsenal
to
at an
happen.
accelerated
Yes, sir.
pace. I have added a tracking component to your dossier.
Okay. Cool shit. Discover the cause!
All entrances not operational.
Alright. Lovely lighting on this level. I have to say also, the level, you know, so many things were praised about this game. The level design was a cut above most shooters as well at the time. Didn't get nearly enough praise, in my opinion.
Slow King of Gaming and God Emperor of Weeb Kind says, should we expect another installment?
The Prince of Pocky, as it were?
Installment of Doom at E3, or will Bethesda bleed the Elder Scrolls IP a bit more instead? We had kind of already talked about that. I really don't expect to see either at Bethesda's conference.
So let's move on to another conference, since we're talking about E3. What do you think for Ubisoft? Because I've gone on record the last several years as saying I don't think Ubisoft even needs a press conference because they do not have enough games anymore. They don't release enough games on an annual basis.
The two we can definitely count on are Assassin's Creed Odyssey and Splinter Cell and Beyond Good and Evil 2.
Right. This year is actually going to be a bit of an aberration. They have quite a few games to show this year. What's whoops! Grenade. Is there a flashlight in this? Do you remember?
I don't recall, no. Oh yes, in Division 2. How could we forget?
Yeah, well, ugh. Yes. And apparently there's a movie. There's a Division movie in the works. Did you see this?
Oh god, that's right. I
Jake Gyllenhaal, because apparently he didn't bomb Prince of Persia hard enough.
Yeah.
When is Ubisoft gonna learn?
Okay.
We're just gonna beat this control up. Okay, how do we get the fuck down here?
Walrus Aurelius says,
I think I have to turn power on or something.
Favorite Space Marine Legion? You seem like a Raven Guard guy, but I could see Night Lords or Emperor's Children, to be honest.
I don't know enough about Warhammer. So take your pick. You would have to educate me on that subject.
Powderbot says, I don't think I streamlabbed right the first time. Hi, Razor. I know you said you're not a big fan of Thrash, but I figured give it a shot. Oh, yeah. We already read that. Guys, if we're not getting to your messages fast enough, we apologize. We've been messing around with the mics.
Yeah, we had some technical difficulties.
So we are a bit behind.
I believe in honesty, especially now. And what will be your final story time?
You have space aids? What is...
All the rumors.
Would that be spades?
Spades?
The hell portal. The demons.
Is that where you're a shitty fashion designer and you blow your brains out? Is that...
My sisters and brothers, be thankful. You will be the first. You will have a seat alongside them, just as I will, in what will become the new world that they create for us. Starting now.
Okay.
Sounds like they opened another portal to hell.
Yeah, that'll tend to happen in these games.
You think they would have learned their lesson?
Alright, so we got our auto map going on. Love the auto map in this game.
Brad Davies donates again and says, hey, Razor, I've been following your work since 2012.
Fuck yeah.
I know on previous Hate the
So
podcast,
right when we got the widescreen cam.
You've expressed hatred for the Deadpool character. Did the movies change that? Also,
No.
the hatred? No, we already answered that.
If I hated the character in the comics, did you think Ryan Reynolds was going to change that perception?
Cyber Theory says, why do you partake in political debates? It seems like no one ever gets their minds changed, and then everyone forgets about it a few days later.
On the internet, debates are pointless, and it's not. They're not even debates anymore. I mean, I wouldn't even call the blood sports phenomenon a debate. You know, like I've had debates where, like, for someone like me who actually has like a background and debate team and so forth. You realize like those kind of air quotes debates. They are literally the exact opposite of what you would do in an actual, debate. Like, what are the big no-nos in debates? Well, pejoratives against the person that you're debating are a big no-no. You might actually get disqualified for doing that. Rattling off headlines that can't be proven. Like, just rattling off, oh, but this story happened here and this statistic happened there. No, you actually get penalized for that, and you usually lose the debate over that. Whereas on internet blood sports, it's like all you do is insult people and rattle off headlines no one can prove.
Right.
And you win. That's kind of how that works. It's the reverse of how a debate's actually supposed to work. In a proper debate, it's supposed to be, here, argument, argument, argument. Here's anecdote to support argument. Here's, maybe a little bit of data. And then you actually have to go some distance out of your way to cite your sources when you point out that data.
Well, in a perfect world.
The exact reverse of like a blood sport.
And what will be your final moments in this
All right. Fuck yeah.
Garland Noel says,
Whoa!
Also wanted to hear you rant about labor unions after the glorious Hollywood rant. Recently argued with a family member about communists and unions.
Well, that was the primary vessel of their control, especially in the 1930s. And look, the studio bosses brought it on themselves a little bit. Like, here's the thing. The primary reason that communists seized control of the Hollywood unions was because in the 20s there was a huge conflict. This was before the Great Depression. Like, communists taking over has been blamed on the Great Depression. Complete bullshit. There was already a conflict between the studio bosses and, like, the lighting guys and the camera guys and even the actors. Back in the 20s, they would work people to death. Like, they would... As retarded as it sounds to say actors were overworked, they literally were. Actors had to be on call 24/7. They could work them 18 hours and then call them in 3 hours later to do more. And they could not say no. They didn't have basic labor laws at the time, and the studio bosses, they did have a point. The studio bosses were running them ragged and paying them peanuts, to be perfectly honest. This was before actors' salaries jumped up. So they were like slaves. So basically, there were a bunch of local politicians, and actually there was a really prominent, like a minister guy. Sadly, I was not able to get into all this in my communism rant because it wasn't really about the origins of how communists seized control of the unions. I just wanted people to look into it so they could educate themselves, because it was like a 30-minute rant. You're not going to cover all that in 30 minutes. But yeah, like basically, the unions that sprung out of that, it kind of coincided with the Soviet Union deciding to become more proactive in funding communist groups in the United States. And so the Soviet embassy started to coordinate with the Communist Party USA. The Communist Party USA started to coordinate with the Hollywood Party, and the Hollywood Party, which was centered around Ella Winters and Donald Ogden Stewart, they had within their personal circle a guy by the name of Jeff Kibra and, of course, Herb Sorrell. And from those two guys, basically the whole knotwork of communist unions, chiefly centered around the Conference of Studio Unions, sort of went out like octopus tendrils and took over. They tried to strong-arm the unions. The whole thing with Walt Disney and the reason for that work stoppage was that Herb Sorrell was trying to take over Walt Disney's Cartoonists Union. And he had already been burned on labor earlier, so he tried to be really, like, not proactive with it. But he still wound up testifying.
Apparently, there's a lever on this railing somewhere top of the stack.
Top of the stack. Whoa. Well, first, let's not get killed. Oh, yeah! Top of the stack.
My sisters and brothers be thankful.
Top of the stack of what?
You will have a
That?
seat alongside them just
That right there?
Perhaps.
become the new world that they
Is it
create.
that? I'm gonna sit here and wait for you guys to tell me.
Especially now.
In the meantime, let's answer
Yes, sir.
a super chat. Evan Rose says, is Valve wrong for giving its customers free will?
Yes!
Absolutely. Haven't you heard everybody on Tumblr?
It's
awful.
true. So up there? Okay, thanks, guys.
Yep, up there. Up there.
right.
Yes.
Let's go.
You will have a seat alongside them just
Okay,
as
let's
I
be
will.
on the lookout for
That they create for
a
us,
lever.
starting now.
Okay, up here. Can I climb up here, or is that a... Whoops. Hey. Okay, is it right up here? Is that what... No, that looks like I would plummet to my death.
Top of the scaffolding.
Top of the scaffolding, so right there, I assume?
And what will be your final
It's on top of Robert Stack. Yes.
Yes! No wonder this is an unsolved mystery.
Yeah, he said it.
He did! I said the fuck out of it.
My sisters and
I don't think I
brothers
can
be
reach that. Is that... Oh, there, I see. There's a little platform there that
You
I'm...
will have a seat alongside them,
darkness.
just as I will, in what will become the new
Okay.
Oh, I think you're right next to it. Is that it behind you?
Yes, it is! Woo! Pow! Right in the kisser.
Indeed. I'm here.
You're damn right.
Metalhead Martyr, welcome back, sir,
What
says,
door did it open?
just saw Soilo, a Soy Wars story. I want my fucking money back, but hey, at least we have pansexual Lando. I'm so sorry, sir.
You truly belong here with us among the twinks.
Ugh. J.S. McDirty says,
Where's the door?
I don't know.
And what will be your final moment?
You're helpful.
Below you? Level is below you.
Okay.
The door is to the left of the bottom level.
Back and to the left. Back and to the left. This? Shouldn't you... Whoa!
Red barrel.
You just rip off his arm and beat him with it? Back and to the left. There it is.
Oh.
There she is.
It makes the sound.
It sure does.
Oh, God, that's great.
That was a Ray Stevenson Punisher move right there. Little Punisher Warzone action. What do we have here? Anything else? Hello, what have we here? No? Is that it? That was anticlimactic if that's all that was.
Yeah. Should be an entire level.
It should. All right.
Alright, J.S. McDirty says, here's a movie idea. Escape from New York in the Star Wars universe. Boom. I'm already a better writer than everyone at Lucasfilm.
And what will be your final moment?
That's the thing. Like, I feel like the problem with these Star Wars spin-offs is if you're making a spin-off, then you really need... What you need to be doing is just writing a good script and then making Star Wars the setting. That's it. Just write a good story and then add Star Wars in. It's that easy. It's that easy. It's basically what George Lucas did with fucking the Hidden Fortress or whatever the fuck.
And what will be your final moment?
Yeah, Asem Justin, we're just really behind. We'll get to your super chats, guys. Don't worry about it.
I believe in you.
Dread Castlewary says, hey Razor, love your work. Keep the rants going. You should check out Morally Gray. He has great talent and actually attended a feminism class.
That's a shame.
Josh Cripe? I'm gonna say Cripe. Josh Cripe says, any plans for a top however many recommended band dessinée video?
At some point, that might not be bad. I already recommended quite a few bande dessinées in my top 10 comics video.
Richard Bechdel says, Hexen rebooted with Doom 2016 engine. I could get behind that. But once again, do they own the engine? I mean, not the engine, but the rights.
I do not know. I guess people are just assuming, because they pretty much own all those 90s shooters now. Beautiful.
Slow King of Gaming and God Emperor of Weeb Kind donates again and says, here's a loaded question. Will Bethesda announce anything good?
Hey, that was loaded as fuck. Oh, did I knock him off the... That was awesome.
Alex Calloway says, so how about them primaries? How red will Cali be?
I don't know that it'll be red, but the idea that the Dems are gonna pick up a bunch of seats is fucking... That's done. I mean, that is all but proven a lie at this point. you could not look at those results where it's like, because here's the thing, like, even though Cox was behind by, what, 5 or 6 points in the general, a Republican should not be within 6 points in California. Should fucking not. You've got to be kidding me. Alright, let's see here. Ba-ba! So, yeah, the idea that there's going to be some blue wave, not so much. Only if a Smurf takes a piss.
Gizmo Hibiki says, any predictions on Nintendo's conference? Well, Smash, Metroid, and what else? I mean, more on Dark Souls,
Definitely Metroid's going to steal the show on that one. I didn't mean to do that. Whoops. I thought there was a platform under there. I'm retarded. Dark Zaid, loving my spoonhead on Star Trek Online. Yeah, did they
already come out?
Did they officially add in Cardassians, or is it just it's still the situation where you can customize him into being a spoonhead? Which, if you can, that's gonna piss me off, because I have a character who's like maxed out and he's a spoonhead, but he's not actually, he's not officially a Cardassian because it's a custom alien. I had to customize one. That's going to piss me off if that's what happened.
Let's see. Merlin's Jester says, funny-looking Agony DLC. Wouldn't that be great?
Not nearly enough face vaginas.
Mal Maelstrom says, hey, Razor, love your channel. Love your reviews and Mythos series. Who do you think will win the day at E3 this year?
The last several years, it's been hands down Nintendo. And let me tell you, just the fact that they have the new Metroid there...
And Smash.
You
know people are fucking crazy about Smash.
And we know Sony's got nothing. Sony's got nothing. They already basically came out and said, hey guys, our E3 is gonna suck. They said, instead of showing a bunch of games, which is basically what E3's for, we're gonna do, air quotes, deep dives into just 4 titles. Death Stranding, Last of Us?
Yeah, Last of Us, Spider-Man, Ghost of Tsushima.
And Death Stranding.
And
that's it for their fucking entire conference.
It almost happened there again. We were discussing this earlier.
We were!
We both forgot Death Stranding.
Yeah, that's not a good sign. That is not a good sign. Let's go. Okay. Boop, boop, boop.
Oh, and if we're speaking about games, we got...
No, we're talking about Death Stranding. We're not talking about games.
Devil May Cry 5 is definitely a possibility. And also, for people who haven't been paying attention, the Alien Isolation website has been down for the past several days for quote-unquote maintenance.
Yeah, I guess the real question is who's going to get that at their conference.
Yeah.
It was big on Xbox, so I'm betting probably Microsoft.
Really?
But we'll see. Who published that again? Sega. Sega did.
Sega, yeah.
Sega published it. They don't have a press conference. So that's either going to be at Microsoft or it's going to be at Sony. Sony has jack shit, so maybe they would pay them some cash just so they would have something to fucking show.
Yeah, people are surprised. Yeah, go to the Alien Isolation website. It's down.
Yeah.
So that means I have to believe sequel incoming.
Oh, follow the trail of blood. All right.
Let's see.
Oh, hi there. Oh, hey there.
Oh.
Hello.
Rip and tear.
A lot of lumberjacks in space, are there?
Necrunner says, hey Razor, any interest in some of the indies out there? I've been loving Cultist Simulator. Gameplay is divisive. Writing is top-notch. Best line, a cult with one member is only an unusual habit.
Oh, yes!
Thing with Cultist Simulator is I believe it's a card game, and I'm not really into those.
is the shit. Yeah! Pow! Woohoo! Alright, let's do this. Gotta love that PS4 screen tearing.
Before it becomes a little too old, Zebor Garrickle says, ZeniMax does own Hexen. This is why I sent you the spreadsheet.
Alright.
Cool. I want another Hexen, or a Heretic, whichever.
Alright. I'd prefer something like Blood. Oh, what is... What the fuck?
But, yeah. Any interest in some of the indie games out there?
I can't think of... I mean, Underworld Ascendant is definitely going to make a showing. They already did a E3 trailer that looks amazing.
You think we'll get that this year?
Oh, you were definitely... They put a release date in it.
Nice!
October.
Oh!
Yeah. There's some talk that it might be pushed back for purposes of polish, but we'll see. More polish can only help.
And as far as indies go, I know Devolver Digital is getting pretty big, but I'm still looking forward to Eitr. It's just this fantastic looking pixel game. It's spelled EITR, if you guys want to look it up.
And I also have to say, like, people fucking freaking out about jank in Underworld Ascendant. Like, do you motherfuckers not remember when Thief launched? Do you Of course you don't, because you're Johnny-come-latelys and you got your recommendations from fucking 4chan. When Thief dropped, it was glitchy as shit. when the original System Shock dropped, it was glitchy as shit. It needed a massive fucking patch and update, which back in those days was a big deal. Like, you had to download big patches for those games. System Shock 2 is the exact same fucking way. Like, this is kind of Looking Glass's thing. Huh, how do you get in here again? I cannot for the life of me remember.
Yeah, Evil Badger points out October is fucking loaded.
It is.
Red Dead, fucking Call of Duty, Battlefield 5.
Red Dead's killing everything.
Underworld.
Red Dead is just... Why even release a game in the same period as Red Dead? Come on, go on by.
DK Unit says, non-episodic, no always online, item carryover from first game, co-op sniper side mode, Sean Bean voicing the villain, new Hitman is looking slick.
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure it'll be fine, but I'm sure it will be WB as well. WB is the new EA. You guys can fucking quote me on it. I don't know why they have so many knee-jerk defenders. Look what they did to fucking Shadow of War. Look what they did. Look what they've done.
Shadow of War had loot boxes. What the fuck?
Yeah, and nobody... Like, people were mad about it, but they weren't, like, Battlefront 2 mad about it. They should have been. Alright.
Spyro comes out in October, too. Jesus.
Ah, shit.
Kevin Sika says, just got of a Testament Anthrax. I think he means out of. Just got out of a Testament Anthrax concert, and it fucking ruled. Hope Fallout 76 isn't crap and Doom rules.
Ah, shit.
I hope you enjoyed your evening, sir.
I hope it isn't too, but... Yeah, Bethesda's being weird with Fallout and, Elder Scrolls. But yeah, the big fucking rumor is Elder Scrolls 6. I don't know how, I don't know about the efficacy of that. I'm not sure I buy that.
And Illini guy says, Taryn, y'all skipped my question, but I looked through the damn thing and I did not see another question from you, sir. So I'm sorry about that. Let's see. The Major Spike 9000 says, what was the last truly good expansion pack?
Truly good expansion pack.
Huh. I'm trying to think.
I liked Dragon Age Origins Awakening. It was pretty good.
Oh, A Criminal Past. I mean...
Oh, God! A Criminal Past! Deus Ex Mankind Divided.
Yeah.
It's fucking exceptional. And that was one of the best expansions I've played. Cyberpunk Phoenix, folks.
Gorma64 says, is this hell or John McCain's vision of Arizona?
No, A Criminal Past is John McCain's vision of Arizona.
Oh my god.
With the cyberpunk Joe Arpaio running the fucking prison there.
Jesus. That was so... What's the word I'm looking for?
It was so what...
Overt.
It was so
overt.
what Canadians think Arizona is.
Yeah.
Very much.
Nothing but... You noticed on the fly-in...
Oh yeah, nothing but
there
desert.
was nothing but mesas and desert everywhere.
They did, you know, in their defense, they were like, you know, it's on the outskirts. Which is fair enough, but it would have been nice to see Cyberpunk Phoenix. It's the fucking 6th largest city in America, and honestly, with the way the population growth is going, with people leaving California and Philadelphia and all the other places, it'll probably retake 5th place pretty soon here. I'm hearing them, but I'm not seeing them. Where are you, fagaloons? There he is. Oh!
John Horn donates $20. Thank you. There's a Patrick Stewart reference in Fallout 3 nobody ever points out, with the character Mr. Burke and his boss, Alistair Tenpenny. In an episode of Frasier, Patrick Stewart guest stars as a character named Alistair Burke.
Oh, wow.
Huh, I didn't know that.
There's all kinds of cool references, although Fallout 3, the main thing that people miss in that game is the fucking metal references. That game is awash with metal references. Beautiful! Come on, there's gotta be several more. Fuck you.
And let's see.
Oof. Damn! I need some fucking health.
Ravenwolf Fox Track donates $20. Thank you very much. With Doom 2016 soundtrack, you called it ear cancer.
Yeah, I fucking hate it.
I watch your review a lot. Despite this, are there any tracks that you do enjoy? Also, completely agree with the review aside from the music, which I greatly enjoy.
Fucking Industrial's 90s trash. Fuck it. No.
Yeah.
No. Absolutely not. I'm gonna go piss. Why don't you read some more chat and whatnot?
All right. Hey, Chad, how you doing? It's just you and me for now. So yeah, Devil May Cry 5. Hopefully Alien Isolation 2. What else are you guys looking forward to? Didn't they announce a new Stalker? Release date 2021. And, fuck, what else? There was a big picture that leaked of all the leak shit. Splinter Cell, Division 2. What are you guys looking forward to? Oh yeah, new Metro. Will we get any Cyberpunk fucking news this year? Hopefully. Probably not, but hey. Mega Man Legends 3. Yeah, no, that's not happening. New Tenchu. Kingdom Hearts, yay.
Alright, you fucking homos.
And the fun's over.
Alright, let's do it.
Where did we leave off?
Oh, hold on a second. Okay. Let's see how long. Alright, what else? Richard Bechtel, thanks for listening. and making history lessons. Godspeed.
Asum Jessen says, "Hi Razor, just launched a Patreon for my indie game project, Dead Heat. I'm hoping to capture the same
That
feeling."
sounds like the name of a softcore porno on Skinamax late at night in 2000. Doesn't it?
Featuring fucking Shannon Tweed.
Yeah, no kidding.
Capture the same feeling of randomization as Blade Runner 1997. Thanks for the plug. Rip and Tear area. Rip and Tear 4 area.
Yes.
Merlin's
Wubs
Jester.
for the Wub God.
Merlin's Jester says, liberal workmates hate my new tactical spork. Chris Ulatowski says, "Yo, Razor Boy, what's your opinion of the Children of Bodom and Death Angel?"
I fucking hate Children of Bodom.
Bodom.
Death Angel's alright.
Also, why did
Children of Blodom is just the fucking worst, and Alexi Lipo or whatever the fuck is a bit of a twat.
Also, why did Trump lose the black vote? He promised everyone jobs. Very good. Very good. Slow King of Gaming, God Emperor of Weeb Kind, donates yet again.
Okay.
I'm going to California for business around the time of E3, but I will miss it by a day. Double irony points for living as an expat in a communism-mangled country and returning to see California in full bloom.
Yeah. That's gonna be surreal as fuck. Okay, what are we looking at here?
William Sova says, "Hey guys, may I recommend 2 games to stream? One being Conan for the 360 PS3, and for a late 4th of July stream, Metal Wolf Chaos. And as always, stay sexy, you demon-killing mofos." Well,
oh shit!
That was another one. We may not have to wait.
What do you mean?
Because, did you see Devolver Digital's tweet?
What are you talking about?
We may be getting, finally, a remaster, or rather a port, of Metal Wolf Chaos.
Cool!
Finally. That's the one everybody wants. Hands down.
Fucking whores.
Kill them. Kill them all.
Fuck you. God dang it. Holy fuck. Jesus. There we go. Thanks for the help.
Powderbot says, "Hey Razor, was wondering if you'd mind checking out my band and see what you think. Name is Stormers." Yeah, we already did that. Sorry, man, but we're a little behind on the super chats. We'll catch up. You don't have to donate twice. Joss Ricketts says, "I liked Shadow Warrior 2013. For me, it was the same as Doom."
Speaking of future streams, I have Shadow Warrior 2, and we still haven't done that.
I'll have to pick that up. We can do that. I can do that from home.
Yeah.
Set up a new mic. Speaking of, I hope Devolver Conference will be as funny as before. God, I cannot... I don't know what to expect this year. Did you see Devolver Digital last year?
No.
Oh my god.
Why, was it a goat fuck, or what the fuck?
There was gunfire on stage.
Okay.
It started out that way.
I'm sure the folks at Harebrained Schemes were very pleased about that, politically.
He also points out, for me it was the same as Doom 2016 for everyone else.
Okay, there we go.
Speaking of, I hope... Oh yeah, I already finished that. Shadow Soul 77 says, "Thoughts on the band Evanescence?"
Sorry, my radio doesn't tune into the year 2003.
Jesus, it was all over the radio, that one song.
Yeah. Fucking just about ruined the Daredevil movie.
T-Buddy says, "Hey Razor, this is a question pertaining to your Hollywood rant.
Yep.
What do you think would be necessary to purify that polluted molester station outside of burning it to the ground?
If I select this, do I lose one? I assume I lose one if I select the other.
I think so.
I'd rather have the charge burst. Actually, you know what? Why not? Why not try out the explosive shot? Can't hurt. Except the droid, of course. How do you... I assume it's just left trigger? Okay. Oh,
Grandmaster...
there we go! Yellow card, there we are. Shitty band.
Grandmaster Gav says, hey, Razor Terran, loving the show. Just wanted to say thanks. Picked up Sniper Elite 4 while it was on sale on the back of your stream. Very entertaining.
Welcome to good stealth games.
You can take both? You can have both?
What's up?
Apparently you can have both.
Both what?
Charge shot and explosive.
Oh, I see. All right.
Oh, did you answer the question of Hollywood?
What about it? Oh, how would you purify
Purify
it? You honestly would have had to definitively expose the financial ties to the USSR, and that would have purged it, I think. That's the thing, like, if you follow the money, people are going to be more inclined to listen to you. They're going to be less inclined to dismiss it as a conspiracy theory. Because people may not understand elaborate conspiracy theories. People do understand that other people like money, right? So, in my opinion, any sort of offensive gesture against communists in Hollywood would have to begin and end sort of there.
Right.
Welcome to the UAC's Mars installation, located in the vast...
Best way Killa says, fund Liberty Prime and purge the state of California.
That too. Oh, what is this? Assault rifle? Heavy assault rifle, yep.
Heavy machine gun.
I remember this. I gotcha.
Powderbot says, ever played the Bernie Sanders drinking game? Every time he mentions a free government program, drink someone else's beer. DSMT says, oh, he donates $25 and says, hey Razor, longtime fan. Despite the Devil May Cry 5 rumors that I've been hearing, what is your thoughts on the classic Devil May Cry series of games, if you have played them?
I always thought they were Animu trash, personally. Sorry, guys. I am not Devil May Cry guy. I fucking hated that series long before it went all cringy and edgelord.
Bob Jones says, Razor, can you enable community closed captioning on your latest video? Have a deaf friend. Great video, by the way.
Sure. Sure, I will. I used to write out closed captioning for those, but it's so fucking involved. Let's go,
JD Cowan says, is Mega Man X9 possible, or is it too soon?
Well, they're already doing that new Mega Man.
Mega Man
looks
11.
Good. Looks damn good. Oh! Where are you, bitch? Where are you, bitch? Where are you, bitch? Why is this game so amazing? Oh! Shred!
Slow King of Gaming and God Emperor of Weeb Kind donates again and says, after playing the Fist of the North Star spin-off to Yakuza, I got the impression that poor pacing and zero player agency are a Japan problem rather than a Kojima problem.
Kind of, but you have to remember, like, Kojima is Mr. Auteur over there.
Yeah.
Who, you know, he kind of spearheaded a lot of that. But it was, you're absolutely correct. Japanese game designers are not big on player agency at all.
Rod Howard says, Hello, Razor and Terran. I hear this Todd Howard from Bethesda is a really cool guy.
Yeah, he is a swell dude.
You should buy Fallout 76.
He's a man of vision, and by vision I mean in two opposite directions.
And while you're at it, Fallout 4 VR and Skyrim VR for the Switch are great buys. Oh, that donation came from Rod Howard. Thanks, Rod.
Thanks, Rod.
You're a swell guy. Karis says, something something apology for Doom 3. Something something wub wub. Something something fuck it, we'll take it. We'll take it, glory kills. Okay. Chris Ulatowski says, Yo Razor Boy and Axeman Terrence, what are your favorite war movies?
I love, of course I love All Quiet on the Western Front, it goes without saying. I love, what is it? Is it The Great Escape with Charles Bronson escaping from the fucking Nazi internment camp or whatnot? What else? Modern war movies don't do a whole lot for me.
Yeah, the last modern war movie I can remember seeing is Enemy at the Gates.
That was actually pretty good.
Yeah, it was.
I liked Enemy at the Gates.
Ah, I know. Favorite war movie. The Kingdom. What's it called?
What's up?
The fucking Crusade movie.
The Crusades? Oh, that's not really a war movie.
Yes, it is!
Whatever you say. Alright. It's the war to see if Orlando Bloom can act. Ooh, here we go. Elevator.
People are saying Dirty Dozen, Iron Cross, Hacksaw Ridge.
Yeah.
We Were Soldiers. I wasn't a fan of Black Hawk Down.
Hacksaw Ridge is good.
Kingdom of Heaven, thank you.
Hacksaw Ridge is interesting. Or am I thinking of another one? There's two. The fucking Eastwood movie?
Oh, shit.
Whatever. The one where he takes like a bunch of young recruits and turns them into fucking soldiers and yeah, that whole thing. The something Ridge. But anyways, fucking Eastwood movie.
Right.
That one's interesting because it's kind of a microcosm of 80s action movies. He's kind of lampooning 80s action movies at the same time.
Ridge.
Heartbreak Ridge. Thank you very much. Heartbreak Ridge. Like one of the characters is Sticchetti, and he always wears aviator sunglasses, and he's got a 5 o'clock shadow, and he's clearly patterned after Sylvester Stallone.
Oh.
And Clint Eastwood won't stop calling him Faghetti. Like he's clearly taking the piss out of a bunch of other action movies from the 80s, which is awesome. If you watch that movie with that knowledge, you realize, like, holy shit, this is like a brilliant kind of commentary on Hollywood in the 80s.
Chris Ulatowski finishes. Mine would have been between All Quiet on the Western Front.
Yeah,
and,
All Quiet on the Western Front.
And Patton.
Patton's great.
Dennis Head says, what videos of yours are your guys most proud of? I've always loved our top 5 turds.
All of them?
What?
All of them?
I mean, the last few have been really good.
Yeah, no, I think they all turned out pretty well. I always liked Dragon Age Inquisition video. I always liked the Final Fantasy 13 one. Was the one where I feel like we kind of found our style a little bit more, which I like. I wound up having to. I think I edited that because that was when your computer was busted.
Yeah,
like
yeah.
I did that pretty much myself. But I thought it turned out pretty well. Mass Effect 2. Mass Effect 3 was a really good one.
Yeah, it was. That was a really good one.
Yeah, all those ones. And of course, the one that pissed off the entire planet, Final Fantasy 7.
Yeah. Those were the days.
when hating Final Fantasy VII was an unpopular opinion.
Frank Sauer says, Zoe Quinn got a comic deal with Vertigo. Engage rant circuits.
What was it?
Zoe Quinn.
Oh, yeah, I saw. You know, it's kind of apropos, folks. DC started all this SJW nonsense in comics. They started it with Batwoman and her 3 character traits.
Yeah.
1 being a lesbian, 2 being a lesbian, and 3 being a lesbian. You know, DC's kind of been at the vanguard of this. They just, in the last few years, they kind of stepped back from it because they realized they were getting a lot of blowback, but,
There's a collectible on the roof. Climb up the ventilation.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know where the fuck the ventilation is.
Let's see.
Oh, hi
I
there.
maybe win says, y'all need to stop this heresy and turn on the center screen gun setting. Also, question, if information is ammunition, is that why knowing is half the battle?
Actually, hold on. I wasn't. Let's do it. Where is it? No. I'm not seeing it. Where is it? Where is it?
I don't know.
Tutorials. Compass. Enable HUD?
No.
No. Is it the crosshair style? Simple, none. I'm not seeing it. Video. Game. Controller.
Vertical hold?
Vertical hold? What the fuck are you talking about?
Whatever. We've been doing fine.
Oh, you can't find our Final Fantasy VII review because it's like age-locked.
Oh, seriously?
Look up Final Fantasy VII equals balls.
Yeah.
That's the name of it. It's the second video in the Season 1 playlist.
Is that the one we put tits in? I can't remember.
We may have. No, we put cow balls in it. And that's why it got age-locked.
Why?
I don't know. But
It's an animal.
There was a giant picture of cow testicles on there, so who knows? Is that PC Master Race?
Oh.
Oh, PS4 doesn't have it. Wait a minute, I just self-owned because I don't own this on PC. I should. I really should. At the time, I think when this game came out, I had not quite upgraded my rig. No, that's not even true. I did. I don't know why I didn't get it on PC.
Iron Piedmont,
Lazy?
1996, says, Hey Razor, I saw your video on commies in Hollywood. I must say I was surprised and not surprised at the same time.
Yep.
Sonny Wynn says, Soilo observations. Lando screws a robot with tools in her box. British brunette number 3 doesn't need to be there.
Oh, the ventilation. Here we go.
Considering Leia's skywalking, can we really be surprised how Han gets his surname? Oh. How did Han get his iconic items? They were handed to him.
Yep.
That's it? Well, that's bad writing.
Yeah, it's pretty modern Star Wars writing.
Mal Maelstrom says, Hey Razor, any chance of an iced Earth mythos? We've actually been asked this a couple of times.
Yeah, I mean, it's a possibility. I got off the iced Earth train, though, when they treated Ripper like shit.
Oh, Ripper
I'm
Owens.
not a big fan of how they did that. They fired him via email. And basically, they were just kowtowing to fanboy pressure, because there's a segment of the Iced Earth audience that just, it's Matt Barlow or nobody else, even though the band's had like 17 billion vocalists. You know, if I were going to get that mad about a vocalist change, I probably would have changed when grunge-sounding fucking Barlow was replaced, what's his fucking name? Guy from Storm Rider, whatever the fuck. I always blank on his fucking name.
That's the right vent, but you need to go up the other way.
Up the other way. I guess on the other side of the building? Over there?
Black Bull says, "Hey Razor, thanks for liking the Mickey Mouse Star Wars cash cow meme on Facebook. I am thinking of a new gaming laptop. Any recommendations? Thanks." I actually don't know anything about laptops.
Yeah, neither do I. I'm not a big laptop guy. I'm more of a desktop dude. But you know, just the parts are so expensive. So you have to go up the other way. Oh, I see.
Talon Karkus, the war chief, says, "One day we need a good rugby game."
There we go.
I know of exactly one.
Yeah,
there was like
one.
one.
Shit! Motherfucker!
Bear Squash says, "It's in the cage in the area by the door that doesn't..." Oh, well, that was like an hour ago, dude.
Yeah.
Sorry. But thanks for telling us. Yeah, don't donate us.
How about no? How about you tell a racist joke for that? Because since he donated and he didn't get what he wanted.
Yeah. Well, no. I mean, we got the lever. We actually did do it.
Yes, but come on.
All right.
You gotta give the man something for his money. Jesus. These are not donations. These are tips. We are required to entertain you all. It's like vaudeville.
Jokes for the blind. The page is blank. Let's see.
Alright, let's see here. Ooh.
What's black and red and has trouble getting through a revolving door?
What?
A nun with a spear through her head. Why do tampons have strings? So you can floss after you eat.
Oh!
And let's do one more.
Let's get on in there. Let me in. Really? It just takes me back where I was? That's some fucking bullshit. But that's good level design. There were alternate routes to get there.
Oh, God. Why did God create women?
I don't know.
Because sheep can't cook.
I have a feeling that joke was written by a Welshman.
Oh, God. I still need to find my other 2 books. I've got 2 more.
Alright.
It was on the left of the hatch.
On the left of the hatch. Okay.
Mr. Mephisto says,
Whatevs?
"A pitch for a dream game. An open world game set in the post-apocalypse Arizona with an 80s aesthetic. Playing as a badass bounty hunter with a leather jacket and aviators."
On a motorcycle.
Of course.
To the left of the hatch. I'm not seeing to the left of the hatch. Okay, let's look over here. I'm not seeing it. I mean, there's a door here. Oh, hi there. Merchandising.
And you know that's a real thing, too, right?
Oh, I'm sure.
I'm pretty sure they sold it.
I'm sure. And I'm sure it plays Skyrim. Let's see here.
DK Unit says, "Ubisoft certainly stuck to that give Assassin's Creed a breather plan, didn't they? Hope there's single-player microtransactions in this one, too." Powderbot donated $5, but didn't say anything. Thank you very much.
Go to the Vega terminal.
And then he donates again and says, "Fuck, sorry for sending 3 messages about my ban. I didn't realize they went through. I internet like a boomer, apparently." No, it's partially our fault. We're just behind is all.
Alright, here we go. Hey! Fucking mantling system.
Hi, Reclusiarch Grimaldus says, did you guys get my first message? Yeah, like I said, we're behind.
Yes, sir.
Sorry about that, guys. And then Mersh donated $50 and didn't say anything.
Balls!
You masterful bastard. Thank you so much. Armor.
Armor! So we've talked about Nintendo, Ubisoft, EA.
Let's talk about the PC conference. Yeah!
What are they even going to talk? Is Valve going to come out and say, hey guys, we're not going to censor you this week? Is that... That'll be the killer app.
Across the bridge?
Across the bridge? Are you going to tell me a good story
Across
a bridge?
Across the bridge to advance. So basically, Wasteland. Oh, don't mention Wasteland, please.
I assume it's over here.
Oh, not Wasteland. I'm thinking about Rage 1. No, Wasteland's fine.
Alright. Hi!
But sorry, I interrupted there. What did you want to talk about?
Shit! Oh, yes! We waste these fucking demon douchebags. Excellent. What do you think is going to appear? Because I cannot, for the life of me, think of what the fuck Microsoft is going to trot out.
Oh, there's going to be another Forza Horizon. More sports, obviously.
Yeah.
But beyond that, Anthem and...
Yeah, I'm sure they'll do some Anthem stuff. I mean, I'm sure they'll have all the multi-plat bullshit. I would think Hitman.
Yeah, Hitman.
Because WB doesn't have a conference, to my knowledge. Let's get up here.
That's right. Square Enix is going to have a press conference, too.
Yes. Although they've lost so many IPs, what the fuck are they going to talk about? I kind of predicted maybe the Avengers game that Eidos Montreal have been working on.
Yeah, that's true.
Will make an appearance at the Square Enix thing, because otherwise, what the fuck do they have?
Square Enix probably will show something on Final Fantasy VII Remake.
Yeah. Whoa, no, I don't know about that. You heard the fucking news on that as far as, like, anticipated release date? Like, fucking 2050? Alright. I don't know what the hell that is. Okay.
But yeah, thank you again to Mersh who made that $50 donation. Dio Brando says, can we rename fake news to fraudcasting? That's pretty good. Bear Squash says, I gotta say, I love drinking and playing Mega Man Legacy on mute while listening to you guys. Oh. That sounds pretty
Oh, right
good.
through the sternum. Alright. Whoa!
Definitely
Whoa!
looking forward to the Mega Man X collection. No.
Didn't they already release a Mega Man X collection?
Like years ago.
I have it. I'm pretty sure I have it. On PS2 and or no, I think I might have it on Xbox. Original Xbox. OG Xbox. The good Xbox. With the Duke. Speaking of which, my Duke controller for fucking Xbox One, if you guys are on the fence about buying that fucking thing, it is a great PC controller. It's great. I've been playing Street Fighter 30th Anniversary on that fucking thing. It's great.
I'm gonna have to show you this PC controller. It's a Super Nintendo controller. It looks fucking cool.
I was never a Super Nintendo controller fan.
War Game says,
you know, the issue I have with the Super Nintendo controller is kind of the same thing I have with the PlayStation controller. It's too fucking small. Your hands cramp up because they're like curled into this funky little fucking claw. Because the control's just not ergonomic and frankly big enough. It's not natural for the human hand to contort into this fucking Smeagol position.
JD Cowan says, the new X collection has X7 and X8 on it. That's not a selling point.
Yeah, that's not so much, dude.
Just giving you shit. Let's see. Wargame says, why did the chicken cross the road? Because North Korean long-range missiles can't reach that far.
I think that's why the dog crossed the road.
Joe Dirt says, would you say Trump is a millennial Reagan?
Yeah, a little bit. Well, his idol is Reagan. Jesus Christ, those guys with the fucking shields. I should have thrown my fucking grenade. His idol is clearly Ronald Reagan. Like, clearly. You look at how he's dealt with North Korea, it is basically followed to a T the exact model that Ronald Reagan followed with fucking Gorbachev, liver spot on the head guy.
Yeah.
Where, you know, they kind of got, you know, they gained a little bit of mutual respect via concessions, but then Gorbachev kind of walked back from it, so Ronald Reagan walked out of the negotiations. In fact, I wouldn't be at all surprised if once the actual talks start, there's at least one more walkout moving forward. I think Scott Adams actually predicted that, and he tends to have a pretty good track record on predictions.
Yeah.
Yeah, it appears like he's following the Reagan model to a fucking T. He's, of course, a celebrity, so the parallels are there. He's a populist, so again, the parallels are there. He's half a Democrat, which is, again, a Reagan similarity. Reagan used to be a Democrat.
Well, being from New York, I mean, God.
And he was originally, he was originally a Democrat. The Communist Party tried to recruit him. He realized very quickly that it was the Communist Party. Because the communists in Hollywood used to do this thing where it's an old, like, Bolshevik technique, where they install people at strategic points in a room. So the Bolsheviks would only have, like, 4 or 5 people, and then they'd install them into the crowd. But they would, like, rabble-rouse, and they would make coordinated shouts so it sounded like the whole room was booing a speaker, and then they would do coordinated cheers so that when a communist came up and said something, they would all cheer, and it would trigger a preference cascade. Sound fucking familiar?
Yeah.
Election night 2016. It would trigger a preference cascade in the room where the whole crowd would turn against him, and you just started out with 5 people, and by the end you turned the entire room against the speaker that you didn't like. They would do that. The CSU and Herb Sorrell would famously do that. Ronald Reagan witnessed this happen a bunch of times and realized what was happening and said, holy fucking shit, there are communists in Hollywood and they're trying to recruit us all.
It's fucking crazy, isn't it?
It is.
And now they're in the fucking streets.
Weapon upgrade points. Hey. Okay.
And somebody suggested using the explosive shot at the shield guy's feet.
Good call. I don't think I've used it yet.
Mr. DJ Flyhigh says, thoughts on Agony, the game recently. Also, which one do you think will be the biggest elephant in the room of E3 this year? We kind of already answered that. But what do you think of Agony? Apparently, thanks to Steam's new policy, we're getting that unrated version with the uncut scenes.
Can we get a version with stealth that works? Can we do that?
Apparently, they did say that we would be getting updates as well.
You guys, anyone who watched our stream of Agony can confirm the fucking stealth does not work.
Pro from Dover says, is this to be an empathy test? Capillary dilation
of the so-called blush response. Fluctuation of the pupil. Involuntary dilation of the eye. Jesus Christ! How much ammo do these motherfuckers have?
Tyrell was talking to Rachel. Love you guys.
Come on. Get around that corner, shithead. Thank you.
I am a homeschooler says, I apologize, Air Razor. Mine last comments and the dre weeks removed were verboten.
Verboten!
Blame YouTubenstürzen. Okay.
Oh!
Gender fluid demi-queef says, The Hills is still making speeches about her loss. Oh, God. Doesn't she have a shoe to find?
Jesus!
Oh, wait, it got lost in her stomach after swallowing her foot.
Come on! Jesus! I tried! Jesus Christ! That motherfucking shield absorbed 2 direct explosive shots. I should have thrown my grenade, like I said. That was my bad. Those motherfuckers with the fucking shields are no joke.
Yeah, you can expect Hillary to keep going off until the next election, because she and the rest of the Democrats are just going to
They're in
keep
absolute
pushing.
denial.
Yeah.
This is what they don't get is Donald Trump is playing them all for fucking retards. Cause they wonder, like, why does Trump keep going off on Twitter? And the establishment Republican hacks are all like, Donald Trump, stay off Twitter. It's unbecoming the president. It's that and this. They don't realize, as long as people are reacting in knee-jerk fashion to some fucking lame-ass tweet the president threw out about some bimbo or something, they're not actually organizing and strategizing against him because they're all fucking swallowed up in their own emotion.
Who's we, sucker?
Yes.
Smith and Wesson and me.
Sorry, we had to pause for the majesty. So it's like they don't understand. It's clearly kind of a strategic move. All right, what are we going to do here? Can I upgrade anything else? Oh, there we go. Charge efficiency, quick recovery, lightweight. Let's go with that. Cool. Got a little upgrade going on.
Ordo Toten says...
Teuton.
Sorry. With the Me Too stuff going on, will men be more inclined to film their sexual encounters in case their partners decide they were raped?
Oh, Jesus Christ.
That's a scary thing to think.
Yeah, which will probably lead to a whole wave of revenge porn. So thanks for that in advance.
Diphenhydramine says, Sup, Razor and Tarangello shots? Tarangello shots? Thank you.
Eat it!
I've been at an ATM machine 5 times in my life, including tonight.
ATM machine is a redundancy. M stands for machine. It's not an automatic teller machine. God, I thought I could shoot him on the side and it would be more effective, but man, he covers it. He actually moved out of the way of my shotgun blast.
Someone suggested shooting behind him.
It's ridiculous.
In 2003,
I wonder if there's probably a barrel back there or something that I wasn't seeing.
In 2003 in Memphis, I was in a gunfight with 2 guys that could have been Obama's sons. Tonight in a suburb of Memphis, I stopped a kidnapping at an ATM. Wow.
Are you a superhero? Are you that dude with autism out of Texas with the fucking army hat?
Or you could just use the chainsaw. Do you still have the chainsaw?
Can you actually one-hit the shield guys with a chainsaw? Is that even possible?
Give it a shot.
Okay.
But congratulations,
or don't
man.
give it a shot, as it were.
You're the hero we need.
You
and
are
the
the
one that we
heroes
deserve.
tonight.
Yes.
Fuck your shit. Ah!
Mr. Clean says, "Can you believe that there are motherfuckers out here named Humphrey?"
Indeed.
Really? Where's out here? Or is that a quote? It's probably a quote. Chuckle Fuck the Esporter says, "What's the over-under on Sony announcing games that don't come out at E3? More than 12? Well, they're not Microsoft."
Jesus.
Maybe, Sony will uncancel Scalebound.
Come on, you little bitch.
He's in Bartlett. Oh. People named Humphrey and Bartlett?
Jesus! Motherfucker! Did you see that? He took an explosive round, a grenade from behind, he took 2 blasts to the arm, What the fuck? It was like a mini boss. That was absurd. That motherfucker. And of course you can't save. It's a checkpoint thing. Alright, well...
Metalhead Martyr says, thoughts on Total Biscuit's passing. Did we talk about that on the last stream?
Not really. Well, a little bit. You know, he was actually, believe it or not, he was a friend of the show. He commented on a lot of our videos. He was apparently a fan. People, like, wanted for me to be on the podcast they do or whatever a few times, but then he came down with his illness, and, you know, that kind of went by the wayside. He kind of circled the wagons on that one, and pretty much it was just him and the other 3 people or whatever on the podcast at that point. But I was a fan of Total Biscuit. I mean, this is a guy who was hugely important to PC gaming. Like, I'm not even gonna lie, Total Biscuit is a huge reason why I got back into PC gaming after abandoning it in the early 2000s. Largely, you know, I've told stories about, you know, I was hugely into PC gaming in the late 90s during the big, frankly, the peak of PC gaming, when Deus Ex came out, and System Shock 2, and Thief, and, you know, Half-Life, and all those amazing games came out. And then in the early 2000s, around the time OpenGL came out, my graphics card was outdated, and so was my computer, and I was like, well, shit. Am I going to pay a bunch of money, or am I going to go console? And then I saw an Xbox. Well, actually, I bought a PS2 first, and it was a piece of shit, and I was like, fuck, maybe I'm just out of gaming. And then I saw a refurbished Xbox deal at a GameStop for, like, I don't know, $80 or something. So I was like, fuck it, what do I have to lose? Because it was going to... I really wanted to play Thief 3, and I wanted to play Invisible War. And from that point on, I was, like, more of a console guy for a while. Then I upgraded my rig a few years ago and got back into PC gaming. And people like Total Biscuit are the reason why. You know, they would always keep these kind of obscure and indie titles at the forefront of people's minds. Like, there are so many games that would not have taken off without Total Biscuit's coverage. So fucking many. And there's a whole hell of a lot of imitators of Total Biscuit out there that are kind of doing the same thing with PC gaming, which is great. It's good for PC gaming. Total Biscuit was, you know, is a pioneer in that regard. I'm going to miss watching the guy's videos. It's a fucking terrible way to go out. Mid-30s.
Yeah.
To go down with, was it like colorectal cancer or whatever? Like, Jesus Christ, just horrible. Absolutely awful. You know, my thoughts are with his family. I'm sure they're still reeling from all this awful stuff. But, you know, I can't thank him enough for all the years he would just comment on videos. He didn't have to. Like, we were a pissant channel. When Total Biscuit first started commenting on our videos, we maybe had 10,000 subscribers. Maybe. Right? We weren't shit. And he would just come down from on high to comment on our videos and give us encouragement occasionally. He didn't have to do that. You know, so whatever other issues people might have with him, and obviously I didn't agree with him politically, you know, the guy, he was a cool fucking dude. You know, rest in peace.
I'm not sure how to pronounce this one. I'll just call you Vice.
Hi.
Vice donates $14.88 and says, I had my left eye taken out when I was 4 by a broadhead arrow.
What the fuck?
Don't worry, it was thrown. I'm not retarded. With that major feature on my face, what would be my Norwegian black metal stage name?
Well, what's an old man who's one-eyed in Norse mythology?
Yeah, well.
I mean, come on, this writes itself, dude. You don't need my advice on that one.
I'm drawing a blank. I don't know what you're talking about.
Ooh, ammo, okay.
Evan Rose donates and says, as he's soon to pass, any thoughts on Krauthammer?
I was, you know, back in the day, I was a big fan of Krauthammer. I have really disagreed with him and think he's been dead wrong since about 2015 or so. I think you have to understand, Krauthammer comes from a liberal background originally. Like, in the 80s, he was a full-blown lefty. And then he sort of saw the caustic nature of the left and the direction they were going into self-destruction. Believe it or not, the recent developments on the left are really they're really the culmination of a long period of self-destruction on the left. And Krauthammer is part of that initial wave of liberals that were turned off by that. And that's in the 80s, folks. That's in the 80s. Because Krauthammer's looking at... It's kind of like what's happening with Trump, where, you know, the media was talking... People forget, the media bashed the shit out of Reagan. They bashed the living shit out of Reagan. And Krauthammer's looking around, and he's a liberal, and all he's seeing is, hey, the economy's doing really well, and optimism is really high, and people seem to dig this, and... You know, I'm not really seeing the gloom and doom. Kind of like what's happening with Trump. Fuck.
And let's see.
Nice. Did I detonate my own grenade there? I think I did. But, yeah, Krauthammer started out liberal, became conservative, but I think he kind of transitioned into sort of John McCain neo-connishness, ultimately, and that's kind of where he lost me, but it's terrible what's happened to him. He already had a lot of health problems. For him to go this way, that's a fucking shame. That guy rolled fucking snake eyes in the genetic lottery, sadly.
Scarlock donates and says, Slaanesh is the hermaphroditic chaos god of lust and degeneracy in Warhammer, and anyone who worships it will be purged with extreme prejudice. You know, I almost picked up Space Hulk Deathwing.
Yeah.
Just because, I mean, it looked interesting. I like a shooter with monsters.
Yeah, well, you know, Focus Home Interactive has been pretty good of late.
I just think, but at looking at some of the gameplay...
Hey, I found a secret on my own! How about that?
I love that it makes the little... the music.
It does indeed.
But I think it could learn a lot from Dead Space. Because it just seemed like, here's your mission briefing, go kill stuff, level end. It just, like, it needs more in between. It needs more story. It needs something, you know?
Yeah.
It's a gift.
It's a gift? What's a gift?
Take it. It will give you strength, help you on your journey, if you can withstand the power surge.
Oh, this.
Ooh.
Take this space testicle.
I love how the hero knows to do that.
Yeah, I'm going with armor, please.
I'd be asking, like, do I stick it somewhere, or...?
It's pure Argent energy you've just taken.
It's pure, underrated 70s rock band energy?
I will unlock the remaining Argent cells within the facility for you. Vega, give him what he wants.
You.
61,337 UAC members deceased. 81% of the facility is on lockdown. Demonic presence through the Mars installation is critical. According to the records, Dr. Hayden, the invasion originated...
We've been overrun by goblins!
It seems that
Beautiful AIs never lose fights.
Yes.
UAC employees into the creatures you see roaming throughout the facility.
As long as I don't have to get in bed with a goblin.
Yeah.
If I see him kissing goblins.
I feel I should.
It will never not be funny.
What's happened here? Some of my employees took things too far. Olivia was the cause of all this, and I believe you.
Yeah, Olivia Newton-John has a lot to answer for. Feathered hair.
You may not agree with our research, but know this. We exploited hell and its resources because it was in mankind's best interest to do so. What you now see in this facility is the cost of progress.
Where have I heard that before?
What matters now?
There is an emergency in the
Game is an analog for
regulators
Obamacare.
were destroyed, and the core temperatures are now destabilizing.
They've overrun the adjacent facility. If the venting turbines aren't re-engaged, neither of us will survive.
Hell isn't sending its best. That's what I'm getting from this.
We need to build a hell wall. And make the icon of sin pay for it.
I'm sorry, you have to go back. All right.
Shadow Soul says, "Do you like the Tales from the Crypt film Demon Knight?" Yeah, I think we were just talking about it.
Yeah. I'm a bigger fan of Bordello Blood, though, for obvious reasons.
Anthony Carroyo says, "Please thoroughly destroy Pantera for me, Razor." I think he means verbally, so yeah, we can legally do that.
I think they did that themselves quite well with Far Beyond Drivel. I think that was accomplished rather effectively. I don't even need to part my lily white maw and tear their assholes asunder. No, the fact is, they're just fucking... At a certain point, they kind of became the first wave of garbage 2000s nu metal when you really think about it. I mean, would there be awful Lamb of God albums without the last fucking 2 Pantera albums? I don't think so. Fucking look at Damage Plan! Look at fucking Damage Plan! What was it? One of my favorite things. What was it? There's a thread on a metal forum I used to go to where they were doing this thing where they would just post a picture of a band and like an alternate name. And it was a picture of Damage Plan, and it was Vinnie Paul's Nu Metal Extravaganza or some shit like that. Fucking terrible band. Terrible band. Or was that Hell Yeah? That might have been Hell Yeah. Hell Yeah is terrible, too. Oh. Everything awful about Damage Plan cranked to 11. They were really bad. But they're good. Their stuff, right when Phil Anselmo joined Pantera and he was still singing like Rob Halford, like the power metal era, that is a great record. Power metal is the shit. If they had kind of pulled on that thread, I think they would have been slightly more interesting.
Diphenhydramine says, "I must have bad luck at ATM machines, or maybe liberal policies spread shit faster than tribbles. Fuck. Sending you a YouTube link with a news story about my first encounter with a didn't do nothing crew. Godspeed, and did Killary feed Bourdain hemlock?"
Oh, yeah. What did Bourdain know about Hillary Clinton?
Well, glad you're all right, sir.
Increases the size of the explosion, reduces the recharge time. Let's go with size, because the explosion arc was really fucking small.
Karis says, "Ever seen or have any thoughts on Bloodlust Vampire or the subsequent Blood series Blood Plus?"
No, I never watched that. I mean, I would see, like, back when Winamp would do... Actually, I think Winamp still does this. There's still, like, stream channels and shit on Winamp.
I haven't checked recently.
There used to be a couple anime channels on there, and they used to play Blood a lot, and it was pretty terrible pacing.
Yeah.
And not very good. You want to watch a fucking vampire anime, go watch Vampire Hunter D Bloodlust.
Yeah.
Which is a collaboration between Japan and America. So, like, it's got the motion... Because one thing American animation has always had over Japan, like, fucking clearly, is fluidity of motion.
Yeah.
Japan's more, like, jerky, they have fewer frames, but the art is more detailed. So it's kind of the best of both worlds. Definitely watch that. That's a good one. Story's a little ridiculous, but it's anime. What are you going to do?
Combat effectiveness. I have added a tracker to your helmet's display.
The facility will not allow you access to the turbine room unless the demonic threat level...
Necroner says, "Razor, you just reminded me. Writing Bean is getting a new series created."
Oh.
There was a Kickstarter and they have already hit their goal.
No, but it's gonna be terrible modern animation. They're gonna make it in a fucking computer. I hope not, but you know, it's 2018. When was the last time you saw a conventionally animated anime?
Oh, and going back, I forgot to mention, I also liked Dominion Tank Police. That was fun. Joss Ricketts says, I'll probably regret it. Depeche Mode, yay or nay?
Not so much.
I am a homeschooler says, now that the
fucking depressed mode.
Now that the intro is taken care of, Hunt Showdown. Heard of it? Played it? It's got you.
I haven't. It's out, right?
You have it?
No. I said I haven't.
Oh, I haven't. Jesus.
Yeah, it's out though, right?
Yes. Well, early access. It's got your and incidentally mine and Sweet Lady Mauser.
I heard it had the Mauser in it. Yeah. I haven't seen it,
but yeah, I'm really excited for what they can do with that game. I want them to see them do more with it. It needs more maps and it needs more quote-unquote bosses, you know, bounties, whatever you want to call them.
Yeah.
There's only the 2. But they just need to...
Yeah, I remember watching the early trailer for it. I think you showed me that.
Yeah, it just needs content, that's all.
Oh, I'm collecting another Eye of Sauron. This can only end well.
Yeah!
Alright. Permanently increases maximum ammo capacity. That will help. Do I need more health? I'm gonna pass on health for now. I'm gonna go with ammo.
People were saying, oh no, Writing Bean is gonna get the CalArts treatment.
Oh, please no!
Yeah.
Please, God, no. Because go watch Writing Bean, guys. Fucking animation in that is exceptional.
Oh, God. Giving anime the CalArts treatment. Ugh. Can you imagine?
There's no quicker way to drive me into a crippling depression.
A Sojourner says, Trump refused to meet with May during the G7, stating that he was tired of her schoolmistress attitude and that she is too PC. Well, that's a given. That Indian dude says, waited through a lot of YouTube shit to find this golden nugget. You should know I am Indian. I should know I am Indian. Oh.
Yeah, you guys wade through a lot of shit.
Bradley Shadowins says, admin departments suck. Debt sucks. Seems like everything can be trained into the advent of the internet.
Yep.
Including STEM. In your opinion, is university becoming or already obsolete?
I feel like colleges, if something serious doesn't change, and I think what needs to change, honestly, is government subsidies for them. They've got to go away so that they have to compete with each other and have a free market where they actually have to get better. Because at this point, they're just a great big fucking pustule on the buttock of the American taxpayer, and they've become kind of a overpriced 4-H club for fucking directionless nobodies who have no idea what they want to do with their fucking lives. And they just sit there and, and I'm guilty of this. I changed my major a bunch of times. Where you're just kind of vacillating from one major to another, and you don't know where you're going, and, advisors are no fucking help, because the less they help, the more money the fucking college makes. So it's, it's gotta change. A bunch of people are getting communications and fucking anthropology degrees, and it's terrible. Fine arts degree. Although depending on what you want to do, fine arts might be the way you want to go. It just depends. Fine arts, I think, gets a bad rap a little bit.
Agent BJ09 says, Guten Tag again.
Whoa!
How many SJWs does it take to screw in a light bulb? Trick question. They'd rather guilt trip someone else into doing it for them.
Fact.
Also, how
I'd rather stay in the dark, actually.
It says you're a heretic!
Thank you very much. Also, how open are you and Taryn to podcast appearances post E3? I'd love to have you both as guests.
I mean, I'd probably do a post E3 reactions video instead. That's usually what I do every year. In lieu of like a podcast style video or whatever.
And in the future, any business requests or information like that, just send it to our Facebook.
Yeah, just, shoot us a message on Facebook. Ah, shit.
Anonymous says, "Evening, gentlemen. Do you believe that Ubisoft will actually learn from Splinter Cell Blacklist and make the new game good, or will Ubisoft continue to be Ubisoft?" We'll see in the new Splinter Cell, they're gonna have bases that you can capture, and it'll be open world.
Right.
Yeah. Can only get better.
Whoa! What the fuck?
Jesus Christ, these names.
Take that, vagina face!
Brain from Eros?
Demonic threat reduced by
Says 70s 80s kid here, proud New Yorker and AR-15 owner. How the hell do you do both of those things?
Yeah, how did you swing those two things simultaneously?
Love the Ramones tribute. Saw them live in the early 80s. Unforgettable.
Yep, great fucking band, and they toured tirelessly when they were still around.
Gimp Ninja says, I have cerebral palsy and PC is difficult for me to play. It's irritating to hear the PC servant class kiss their own ass. Hello from Warren, Ohio.
What's the most effective way of you playing a game? Because, I mean, PC has controllers now.
Yeah.
I mean, that's what I'm saying, like with the Duke controller. I play as many PC games as I possibly can with controller because I love that fucking Duke. Can I get up here? Yes, sir.
Oh, also, I mean, having cerebral palsy and having to live in Ohio. I mean, my God, I'm so sorry.
Hey, I love Cincinnati.
I am a homeschooler. Donates $20. Thank you, sir. Incidentally, what would you recommend me to bring to my first date with my big crush? Duct tape or handcuffs? No correlation, just asking for a friend.
Just Cosby Colada.
What is Taryn doing next Thursday, and is he allergic to chloroform? Well, no, I know I'm not allergic. I mean, I've used it enough.
Yeah,
I mean, no, nothing. I'm fine. How are you? We're all fine here.
Yes!
Let's see.
Where the fuck do I need to go?
Piece of Power Slave says, on Jewish communities...
Do I need to go down
or sorry, Jewish communities. On Jewish communists, it's also worth noting that a lot of Jews joined the party due to anti-Nazism.
Yeah, that's another thing, is you have to understand, like, beyond the fact that there's a lot of Jews in Hollywood just because of nepotism, because communists so often frame themselves as just being anti-fascist and anti-Nazi, you know, that became kind of a salt lick for the Semites. What's this? Whoa! That was very Halo of you.
Many of them resigned in disgust thanks to the short-lived Stalin-Hitler pact.
Yep. Definitely true.
Frank Sauer says...
That's what I was talking about in my video when, Jesus. Fuck me. Thank you. I think his buddy wound up getting him from behind there. Okay, fucking sweet. But there's somebody left.
Get him. Fuck him up.
Fuck fuck your shit. Ah! Yeah! Right in the kisser. Done! Alright, there we go. But yeah, they often frame themselves as anti-fascist. Like, one of the most prominent Hollywood communist groups was called the Hollywood Anti-Nazi League. And they were a full-blown communist front group. Which is ironic because, you know, FDR was basically a socialist. And he actually used fascism as a model for the New Deal. When you actually look at the kind of propaganda that was being printed by the FDR government during the New Deal to sort of sell it to people, like, think about it. Think about what a conflict of interest this is. So he had sort of the federal theater program, which he funded, which famously launched Orson Welles, right? It was how Orson Welles was discovered. But the plays that would run would be stuff that would glorify the New Deal. Like, basically, they would wedge New Deal propaganda into it. So it's kind of like Mussolini fascism style, like, oh, we'll fund the arts, but you're gonna fucking run nonstop propaganda for us.
Yeah.
In fact, here's a quote from FDR. I am not afraid to admit that I admire that Italian gentleman. Referring to Mussolini. Fascism is, quote, a wonder of civic planning.
Ooh.
Franklin Delano fucking Roosevelt, ladies and gentlemen.
Jesus.
Yeah.
Frank Sauer says...
My favorite FDR joke, by the way, is Dennis Miller on one of the episodes of Dennis Miller Alive. He used to do that thing where he would show, he would show a photo and then he would sort of subtitle it. He would make fun of it.
Yeah.
And it was a picture of FDR with his wife, and they're sitting there in the car, and he's like, "Hey, how about when we get back to our place, I'll pretend you're another woman, you'll pretend I'm another woman, and we'll push the beds together tonight." Like, fucking FDR was, oh man, he was the original JFK. What a scumbag. How the fuck? There's armor up there. Oh. Whoa! What the fuck?
Ooh.
Holy shit!
He's a fast one. I'd use that grenade if you got one.
I need help. I need help. Oh, God!
Grenade. Oh.
Yes, sir! Thank you! Woo!
Shield guy.
This motherfucker. Holy shit! How did I survive that? Ah, damn it. There we go. Fucking, I had the accuracy of a CNN report on that one.
So, Frank Sauer says, I heard that Mr. Sonata made a crowdfund for more Beam the Bandit. It doubled its goal in less than a week.
Yeah, well, someone just mentioned that earlier.
Liberty Prime says, America will never fall to communist invasion. Hypothetically, if Steven Crowder secured an interview with Alice Cooper on his show, would you co-host?
I'd love to. I love Alice Cooper. He is like the ultimate gentleman in rock. Like, I don't think anyone is classier than Alice Cooper.
Frankly, my dear, did you hear the wonderful Canada Prime feminist had someone come out accusing him of groping them? Oh yes, reset that clock again.
Trudeau?
Yeah, Trudeau.
Yep. Sure did.
MadCat74 says,
oh, I grabbed a key card, but it was a yellow one. I don't know where a yellow door is.
Guten Abend aus Texas, Herr Razor. Everybody thinks my username is a reference to those shitty controllers. Oh, MadCat, yeah. But I know you'll get it.
Yep.
Starting a job
It's a shitty mech.
Zing. Starting tomorrow, I have a video game store job. Starting a job at a video game store tomorrow, and
God.
hope you'll wish me luck. I don't have a lot of money, but hope this helps.
Don't get captured.
Deus Polvolt says, the Hollywood commies might not have been Jewish up.
Another one?
May not have been Jewish up top, but globally there's a disproportionate number of pyramid builders trying to starve workers. The original Bolshevik leadership was 70% Jewish.
The leadership maybe, but when you actually look at the guy up top, Lenin wasn't. He was like 4 different things, and they were all Russian. I forget exactly what they were, but they were different tribes of Russian. Everybody's tried to say over the years that Lenin was Jewish, but he wasn't.
People keep begging you to use the fucking chainsaw.
Yeah, but can you use it on the big motherfucker?
25%.
The Dino Sorcerer says, Razor, are you into fighter jets? Oh, hell yes he is.
Big time.
If so, do you have a favorite design?
Yeah, F-18.
Mine's a toss-up between the F-100 Super Sabre and the F-8 Crusader.
Now, I am an F-18 guy, through and through. Whoa!
Sign me up for an SR-71.
Holy fuck, finally. Thank you for the health, shithead!
Cubic says, have you seen Mr. Medicare video on the National Debate.org? It's funny as hell.
No, I haven't.
And Shadow Quad says, your thoughts on the Red Tube Cobra Kai? We still haven't seen it. And I personally don't have interest in it.
Red Tube Cobra Kai?
Yeah, the Red Tube exclusive.
You mean YouTube exclusive?
Or whatever. Oh, Red Tube, right. YouTube Red. Man, they really picked that one really
Yeah, that wasn't wise.
It says you're a heretic!
Thank you.
Man. Could really use some fucking ammo, folks! Ammo. Not this bullshit again.
Let's see.
The only law I know is Jack Murphy's law. That's very simple. Don't fuck with Jack Murphy.
Fucking finally! Jesus! Oh, I think I was given Bronson power on that one.
Secret switch you passed by. You can get ammo.
Fuck! Sweet checkpoint reached.
Gamer Dan says, Sup Razor and T-Boogie, glad to see you playing my favorite Detroit simulator. Looking to buy a new revolver. Any suggestions, Razor? Godspeed, boys.
Well, depends on what kind of... If you're looking for single action, double action. I assume for double action, there's a number of good options. I mean, of course, Smith & Wesson is always a good call, but it's a little bit pricier. If you want, you could, I guess, go with a Cobra or something like that, but those are all really expensive. As far as, like, a revolver that's, in terms of quality, is up there, I'm always a big fan of Ruger. And the Red Hawk or the Super Red Hawk is great for double action. It's got a great trigger pull. It's a big beefy revolver too, so it absorbs recoil really well. I'm probably gonna get one soon here, because I want more of a self-defense revolver. I have a single action, which can be used for self-defense. I mean, it's not like it has no utility in that connection, but okay.
Mitch Molina says, "Aw, what the fuck? Didn't you where live? That's actually how it's typed. Yeah, we're based in Phoenix. So yeah, that's where we are. Wow.
What is this?
Wow Rude says, "What up, G? What do we think is gonna happen with Doom?"
Plasma rifle.
Apparently the upgrade to that was really good against the guys with the shields.
Bitchin'. What do we think is going to happen with the Doom IP? What do you mean, at E3?
Who knows?
Are we going to see anything about it? That's the thing. I'm looking at all the IPs that Bethesda has, and the only one that makes any sense to have as far as a new announcement that hasn't been revealed already, because we already know Rage 2 is coming out, we already know about all these things, is either you reveal Starfield or you show a new Doom. That's the only two things that make sense to me.
See,
because you already got a new Fallout thing coming out. You're not going to get a new Fallout. Elder Scrolls is rumored, but I have a feeling you just put out an expansion for Elder Scrolls Online. I think that would kind of step on it. And actually, I've heard, people at Bethesda, there's been leaks and such where they've said Elder Scrolls Online is making so much money, thanks people with bad taste, that they're not going to make a new Elder Scrolls for quite some time. So not only is the game shit, but it's costing us a new good Elder Scrolls game. Thanks, you fuckwads who bought it on PS4 because it was fucking cheap. But yeah, so Doom is kind of the only thing that makes sense to me.
I honestly think since they announced Rage 2 that we're not getting a Doom.
Yeah,
I just don't see it happening.
Yeah, I don't see that. Yeah! Eat it!
Max Levin
Fuck
says,
your shit.
"Salutations, sirs. Have any of you played any of the Metal Warrior games for Commodore 64? Really good games, I say."
Nope.
Can't say I have.
No, sir. Commodore 64 was more of like a Britain thing. It was a lot bigger in Europe than it ever was here. I did have a friend who had one, but it was definitely more of a it caught on way more in Europe. There were some great Commodore 64 games though. Death Wish 3 for Commodore 64 is awesome. It's probably one of the first ever sandbox games ever.
Metalhead Martyr says, "Thoughts on the Jordan Peterson / Stephen Fry versus Michael Eric Dyson / Michelle Goldberg monk debate?" I forgot to ask on the last stream.
Yeah, I don't follow Jordan Peterson that closely, to be perfectly honest. I mean, I have no issue with anything he says. But, debates don't settle much. Although that one might be a little bit more academic. We'll see. My issue really with debates nowadays is they're not really debates. They're just kind of... It's just attack mode. It's Bloodsport mode now.
Colt Mason says, "Cheers for introducing me to so much great metal. Been buying up Motorhead albums like crazy."
Fuck yeah. I just saw a Motorhead song, the cover of the fucking Rolling Stones cover they did. It was in a car commercial the other day. Fucking Motorhead in a car commercial. I'm like, what the shit? What reality am I in?
What would you think if someone released a Star Fox game that played more akin to Elite Dangerous?
I would love that. I think the way for Star Fox to go forward is to actually get more simulator-ish.
Yeah.
Don't make it a full-blown sim, but like a casualized kind of a sim that anyone could get into. More of like an Ace Combat kind of a thing.
Yeah.
Where it's still very arcadey, but it's not completely on rails. I think that's the way to go with Star Fox, personally. And I think that would probably get awards and probably actually do really well.
Can you imagine, being on board the Great Fox, choosing a mission, warping to different planets in the Lilat system?
Yeah.
Just taking on, mercenary missions?
It doesn't necessarily need to be completely open. It can be linear in terms of narrative, but it'd just be cool to have it be more of a sim. Even if it's just a mission-by-mission thing.
And let's see.
Eat it! You begged for it.
The Man in Black says, "If you're doing arcade games,
Would you ever consider a Golden Axe run? Also,
yeah, of course.
Also, here, have some capitalist exchange medium.
I think I have that on the dog shit Sega Classics collection thing on Steam.
Death to Clannerska. Shane Boatwright says, biggest gripe with the Star Trek verse. Everything J.J. Abrams did.
Yeah, that and with the Star Trek verse. Yeah, J.J. Abrams, I'm with you on that one.
100%.
Yeah, the first movie, I remember, it was like a classic case of like, it was kind of like Force Awakens. It was like eating cotton candy. It tastes really good going down, and then you realize, holy fuck, that was a whole lot of nothing. That was absolutely nothing. Dude, it's after 3 hours here. We should probably end it here, actually. Folks, let's get to all these questions here. What do we have here? Metalhead Martyr. Thoughts on California maybe splitting into 3 separate states? I think, isn't that, like, basically confirmed to be a conservative guy who's trying to finally... Yeah. Which, look, there are such differences, stark differences in terms of population and voting habits and even socioeconomic status. Don't do that.
Yeah.
Between, like, say, Orange County and LA and San Bernardino, from county to county, it's so fucking different. So it's kind of understandable. It's actually, like, even though it's really like a conservative guy trying to break up a liberal metropolis, in actuality, it might not be a bad idea, because people in the more conservative parts of California, it's ridiculous. Like, why even go out to vote? Why even bother? And that's really what's happened, is like they've kind of given up. That's one of the reasons it's good that a Republican is going to be on the ballot. This is why, even though John Cox is definitely not going to win because it's fucking California, him being on the ballot is great because the Republicans that normally stay home during California elections are at least going to go so they can vote for John Cox. So they're going to be voting for more Republicans up and down the ballot, and that's better all around for the state of California. It means the so-called blue wave is basically off the table. Completely off the fucking table. Let's see here. Let's see here. Fieldo Bears. Cox is a Democrat with an R after his name. I don't know. Have you seen some of the statements he's made on Twitter? He seems pretty on board with Trump's agenda. I mean, he is not hiding from the Trump thing at all. He's full-blown MAGA mode on his fucking Twitter and whatnot. I mean, that's... The thing is, we heard that same shit about Trump when he was running. And if there's been a more conservative president in my lifetime, I haven't seen it. So... Joseph Jewell, just watched a bunch of your political debates with a bunch of liberal cucks. Next time, let me help you debate them with you. It wasn't a debate anyways. It was a blood sport. And if I had known it was going to be one, I wouldn't have been interested in even participating. Oh, this is another thing people don't understand. I didn't challenge anyone to a debate. I was asked to participate in those debates. Amazing Atheist shot out a tweet saying, would anyone want to see RazörFist debate this guy? I had no personal stake in it. Like, I showed up because I wanted to do a favor for the Drunken Peasants guys. That's basically why I showed up. Dermot Bresnahan. Morally Gray went to feminist seminar series... Wait, what? Oh, Morally Gray went to feminist seminar series to see it for himself so he could actually tell if it was like online feminism and how bad it was. Yeah, I've had a few friends take, like, women's studies and stuff just to see how batshit it is.
Oh, God.
And, they've had mixed appraisals. Some of the... Like, they found the professors more sort of affable and less... They were less zealous than you would think, but the curriculum was still utter dog shit.
Sounds like a Steven Crowder hidden cam thing.
Yeah, speaking of which, he did that yesterday, I believe. He did a new hidden camera thing.
Ooh.
Serpent21. Did bloody Cardis look better in the brown rubber suits and facial hair in the first few appearances, or the modern reptilian armored look? Oh, definitely the armored look.
Yeah.
The makeup upgrade, especially in, like, DS9 Season 5, 6 and 7, they got another makeup upgrade, and it looked way better. Like, the colors were just way better. They got grayer, but then they, like, I don't know, it's hard to explain. Zibar Garakel, Zenimax does own Hexen. This is why I sent you the spreadsheet. We already saw that.
Yeah.
Robert Chalk, what about Iron Harvest?
I believe that's another, like, World War, like, mech, sort of like a revisionist simulator thing.
Yeah, I don't know.
With mechs.
Character Corey Bristol, what character do you want to smash?
Do you want in Smash?
Want in Smash?
Yes. Not Smash.
To Smash? Wow, that was, in Smash? They already got, like, didn't they already get Sonic?
Yeah, Sonic's in it.
Did they get any of the, like, my favorite characters from the Sonicverse are, like, the Chaotix guys, the Knuckles Chaotix people. Are they in it at all?
Knuckles would be a good one.
Like, SBO? Yeah, Knuckles would be great. Knuckles and, SBO and, like, the Chaotix guys. I love that game, by the way, Chaotix. That's the best 32X game, by far. Best Way Kill It, Evening Hair Fist. What's the best Motorhead song, and why is it Stone Dead Forever? I don't know why it's Sacrifice, but, Foghorn X, thoughts on Vietnam Far Cry DLC?
Yeah, it's one of their crazy DLCs they're doing with their season pass.
My thoughts are I refuse to give another dime to the Far Cry franchise after they fired the guy who did Blood Dragon. Fuck 'em. Gorma64, what are your thoughts on Medicare and Warski's bashing on Sargon? I'm not too versed on the subject. You think it's valid or are they being immature? I think it's blood sports and therefore a nexus of e-drama, and I'm not fucking interested. Dennis Head, games you used to love but think they aged badly. Shit. Probably anything on the PS1.
Yeah.
Fucking PS1 has aged so badly. Like, there's a few gems. I don't want to, you know, Legacy of Kain, Soul Reaver has aged remarkably well. But, like, a lot of those JRPGs, especially the ones that were, like, all cutscenes.
Oh, God.
Woof! How badly have the Final Fantasy VII cutscenes aged?
Right.
How badly is, you know... Although some of them have aged okay. Final Fantasy VIII with the integrated cutscenes and the slightly more realistic art style, it looks a little better, but...
I would say Parasite Eve aged well.
Yeah.
Parasite Eve 2 did not.
2! Oh, woof.
Yeah.
Woof, woof, woof. Not so great. Hold on a second. Let me change over to... Haha. There we go. What else we got here?
Barbarian Bunny.
Barbarian Bunny, loved your commie video. Thanks, dude. Death Angel is sick as fuck. Yeah, I have a patch from Death Angel, if anybody wants it. I got it for free when I ordered a bunch of patches, and I got a free. They threw in a free Death Angel patch. Sangratayo 937. Hey Razor, would you consider making a why FDR sucks rant? Yeah, you know that's a historical figure right there who needs a red pill. But you know who needs it a lot more? Fucking JFK. Fucking JF. I started the Vietnam War. I caused the Cuban Missile Crisis, but I'm only credited with fixing it. Like it.
And fucking Marilyn Monroe.
Yeah, like fuck. No, not even Marilyn Monroe. JFK famously would fuck a different broad every night because he could not.
Oh yeah, he was famous for it.
Yeah. He was fucked up.
Half the Eastern
Seaboard. An absolute narcissist, but at least he had no political experience. But at least he fucking fractured the culture right down the goddamn middle. All the modern problems we have today with the fractious left-right schism kind of goes back to that whole JFK era. People blame LBJ, but he only carried JFK's programs to their natural fruition. Hey Prinny, hi Razor, thoughts on Fire Emblem? Fire Emblem's the shit. I love Fire Emblem. It would be great to get a new Fire Emblem announcement at E3, actually.
Well, we could always play Fire Emblem Warriors. Yeah.
Yeah, I guess. Howlers, can you take a long walk off a short pier? Was that supposed to be a dad joke? Best Way Killa. Thanks very much for introducing me to the HBO Marlowe series. Powers Booth is as ever a goddamn tour de force, and the dialogue is riveting. You're goddamn right it fucking is. That show is the shit, and I've been trying to get Terengel to watch it, but he's too much of a pussy to do it.
I'll add it to the list.
Incoming Pixels. With the resurgence of old-school FPS franchises such as Doom and Shadow Warrior, do you think Duke Nukem has another shot with a new game? Yes, and I will go one further. I think either this E3 or the next one, we will at least get a preliminary announcement of a new Duke Nukem. I am willing to go on record.
I've been wanting to pitch a Duke Nukem game where it goes off the last game. He's fucking president now. The aliens come after us again.
Speaking of which, we need to add Duke Nukem notifications for the...
yes.
We really need to do that, but continue.
But he becomes president, aliens attack, they take our babes, and he says, enough's enough. He gets on a fucking ship built for this and goes after them.
Goes in like the U.S. Marshals.
Goes after their homeworld, and on the way, you can stop at different planets that the aliens have conquered. And it could be like parodies, like they could go to the Avatar planet where there's just giant cat women with giant tits.
Yes! Yeah? That's not bad. That's not bad. A Sojourner. Would you do an interview with Dave Rubin? If I'm ever in L.A., isn't that where he is? L.A.?
Oh, fucking, I don't know.
I think he only does interviews in person, so I'd have to be in L.A. at the time, and I don't go very often on account of it's L.A.
And it's California.
Yeah.
You'd have to set foot in California.
Yeah. I mean, it's a short flight, fortunately, so it's relatively painless, but... let's see here. Best Way Killa. This game needed Sodom for the soundtrack. You're goddamn right. Fucking Agent Orange would be perfect in this. Sweeping Hamster. What do you think of Battlefield 5? I went off on a Battlefield 5 rant last stream, so you should consult that one. But long and short of it is, they're basically exhausting all of the fucking capital they raised with the fucking game players on Battlefield 1. Battlefield 1 was refreshing as fuck. It wasn't perfect, but it was a great game. Like, I loved it. It was actually a lot of... I'm still playing it today. I'm still playing a Battlefield game today. That should tell you all you need to know about Battlefield 1. I don't even like first-person shooters, and I still play it. So it's flawed, but it was fun. Battlefield 5 takes everything that was annoying about Battlefield 1, cranks it to 11, and takes everything I loved about Battlefield 1 and chucks it into a fucking meat grinder. That's basically where we're at with Battlefield 5. The Man in Black, Kingdom of Heaven isn't a war movie. Also, it sucked. Unless you get the 3.5 fucking hour long director's cut. Absolutely. The Kingdom of Heaven director's cut is objectively one of the best movies I've ever seen. I really like it. Even though it's revisionist horseshit.
Isn't Kingdom of Heaven, though, a Crusades movie?
It is.
Then it is a war movie. Motherfucker.
It's a war that's still going on. TDOG2559, or T-Dog. What would be the ideal foreign policy for the U.S.? That's a really fucking broad question.
Yeah. You'd have to narrow that down somewhere.
Yeah, I don't see how that could be narrowed down. If Trump can somehow secure peace in North Korea, which I think is extremely likely, it'll go a long way toward giving him more leverage against Iran because he'll have more political capital. It will be harder for the people who oppose him to say that he doesn't know what he's doing with foreign policy, which only adds to his credibility, which makes it easier to deal with the Iran situation. Which, you know, those are two general ideas, though. That was an incredibly broad question. Frank Patty, Godspeed, Godspeed, you glorious bastards. Proud to say I've bought tickets to see Striper in August and Primal Fear in November. I'm super excited. Keep up the great work, Razor. Thoughts on Metal Church? I think their last album was the shit. I fucking loved it. Metal Church is awesome. Zeborg Gorekel. If you want some good racist jokes, play Shaq Fu 2. Robert T. Longway. How do you know when Asians have moved into your community? The Mexicans actually purchase car insurance. Stolen from Iden Paladin. The Man in Black. What's the difference between eating pussy and eating pizza? You can eat the crust off a pizza. Basic training and joke. Emery Calame. Is Crackdown 3 ever coming out? I know I don't give a fuck.
Yep.
David NS84, thoughts on Hard Boiled. Chandler was miles better than Lefty Hammett. He sure as shit was. Even his decadent wealthy characters were human, but Hammett's were caricatures. Yeah, they really were. I mean, I like Dashiell Hammett, but the thing is, Hammett was a bit of a hack. He kind of had one or two good stories in him, and then he started to write more, and they got worse, and then he just stopped because he realized he was shitting up his own legacy. And that was probably the right call. Black Raptor 311 ordered the last 3 volumes of Valerian and Laureline comics. It's odd that all this good material, they couldn't have made a better movie. Yeah. I mean, the movie isn't like offensively bad. It's just kind of, compared to the comics, it's like, ugh.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, I didn't walk out of the theater thinking, holy fuck, that was the worst thing I've ever seen. I just kind of thought, really, Luc Besson? That's the best you could do? Like, that's your follow-up to fucking Fifth Element? Fifth Element was inspired by Valerian. And yet, the movie that was inspired by Valerian was better than the Valerian movie. Made by the same filmmaker, no less. It's sad.
Here's a quick question. In the books, how old is Valerian supposed to be?
Well, it spans kind of his whole life.
Okay.
So, yeah, they did cast them slightly young, though, in the movie. It was like they were looking to get that younger audience.
Actually, not. The fucking actor who portrays Valerian is like 30-something.
What?
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah, he looks like 15. The Goyam Shadow knows. Thoughts on Ethan Van Sciver's successful Cyberfrog, Bloodhoney Indiegogo. Would you ever consider doing a crowdfunding campaign for a project? You know what I would do? I would probably finish the project first, and then to get it printed, I would do the crowdfunding. So that I already had something so that no one would have to wait. You know what I mean? Because there's too many examples of Indiegogo where it's not done. I mean, it's different for Ethan Van Sciver because he is a proven track record comic artist. He was awesome on New X-Men and Green Lantern and all the other stuff he's done. So everyone knows he's going to get this comic out. But yeah, I think it's fucking awesome. I was a fan of Cyberfrog in the 90s. I still have like posters of Cyberfrog and shit that I got from comic stores back then. Lenny Guy 399, Razor and T Money. Do you guys carry? Yes. If so, what guns? A Mauser and a 45 Ruger Blackhawk. Terrangel does not. If not, why not? Sorry I am off topic, but this is the first stream I've been able to catch live. Why don't you?
Just because I really haven't gotten around to it.
Yeah. We need to head over to the gun store and pick you out something.
I am in the market for my first gun will be a revolver. I'm looking for a 357. Okay. That's going to be my first.
There's a good 357 Red Hawk. If you want, I believe it comes in 357. Zibor Garikel. Square Enix owns north of 287 IP. They'll pull something out of their ass. Unlike EA or ZeniMax or me. I lose so many amiibo that way. Merlin's Chester. Parasite Eve 20th anniversary, September 9th. Interest peaked?
I would fucking love a remake of original Parasite Eve.
Is that what it's going to be, though, or is it just going to be a re-release?
No, it's far too old for just... I mean, you could just put that up on PlayStation now.
Yeah.
You would have to be a remake.
I maybe win. Razor, what are your thoughts on Creedence Clearwater Revival? A bunch of hippie horse shit and fuck them all. Even though most bands from that time were deeply entrenched in with the hippies, I can't help but enjoy Vietnam-era music. Yeah, I hate them all. If I could push a button and kill them all, I'd push it twice. Nyan Pudge, YouTube gave me no notification for this stream, so they get no cut. What game would each of you like to see a modern remake of? I would love to see...
Parasite Eve.
Yeah, we just mentioned it. No, you know what I would love to see a remake of? I mentioned it earlier, it's another Square Enix IP. Legacy of Kain Soul Reaver. I would love a remaster of Legacy of Kain Soul Reaver. Well done. Let's see here. Never so clever as this. Late to the party, what are your expectations for Doom 2? I would expect slightly more open levels. There's some hints in Doom 1, as to, you know, you have some alternate routes and stuff, but I don't feel like they ever really, like, exploited it. I would expect more of that. I would expect it to go even more ridiculous. I'd like that, and I'd expect a goddamn metal soundtrack. None of this fucking industrial radio metal horseshit. Fucking Rob Zombie sounding nonsense. Ordo Teuton, what's a Muslim's favorite S&M porno? Passion of the Christ. Fifth Contemnist. Are my ears broken, or did Razor recommend Xenogears, a JRPG that copied that most weeaboo show, Neon Genesis Evangelion? No, I didn't. I don't remember recommending Xenogears, actually. Zebor Garrikel. So how about those Dead or Alive 6 titties? KT made them smaller to sell the jiggles back as DLC. Kinda have to respect balls that big, really. I didn't hear that. That's ridiculous. I do think Dead or Alive is a very underrated fighting game series in general, although the last one was total shit. Mr. DJ Flyhigh, will we see more diversity bullshit in games in E3? Yes! Yes, especially at the Ubisoft and EA conferences. Mighty Christian Gamer, I'm a resident of England who's also a Christian. I have an uphill battle ahead of me, but I will not be silenced. Also, keep up the good work and enjoy. Yeah, check out his channel. He's actually pretty good, guys. The Spaz from Rain Man. Scuttlebutt is Fallout 76 is a Rust clone. Am I the only one who's pissed that single-player experiences are being multiplayerified? It's like, have fun collecting 10 boar pelts, asshole. Yeah. So, a Rust clone. I never played Rust to begin with. You want to give me a rundown of what the fuck that even is?
It's basic bitch survival stuff. Like,
oh, God.
Go hunt, go kill something, eat.
Like the forests?
Kind of. Don't Starve is more, it's 2D though. It's flat. It's like a cartoon, you know, scroll up and down. Walk around.
So it'll be like that. So basically just the base building from Fallout 4? Is that what I'm getting from this?
Maybe.
Anyways. The Lordy Phantasm. Hi to both of you. First time catching a live stream and I've got to go to work soon. Godspeed and keep up the good work. God fucking speed to you, sir. Scarlock, they should have an L337 and Rose Tico lesbian psychodrama spin-off of Soilo. Yeah, that'll be the 2 droids 1 cup prediction I made in my Star Wars rant a year ago. I'm sure everyone wants this, and Kathleen Kennedy would pay to make it. She sure would. Let's see here. That chick is Munch Slatch, there is no question. Hi, Reclusiarch Grimaldus. Warhammer Adventures. Give me more reasons to watch Age of Sigmar burn to the ground. Rest in peace, old world. You didn't have enough Space Marines. Walrus Aurelius. Terran, get Vermintide 2. It's Left 4 Dead, but with melee and hordes of rat men. I'm Volnikov on Steam. We'll purge mutants. Bear Squash, you may have answered this at some point before, but as someone that hasn't listened to much heavy metal, where do you suggest to begin? Start with Metal Mythos, Judas Priest, and see if something doesn't grab you, because that's a good kind of starting point.
Priest is a perfect place to start.
Yes, sir. Spawn Freak, so there is zero hype for Anthem among gamers. Thoughts on BioWare's inevitable demise? Yeah, I don't see that catching on. It would have to be the game of the fucking epoch.
Yeah.
To really catch on. They have such an uphill climb.
And now with loot boxes gone, man, how's that gonna go?
Animander Rake, Razor's taste in music is up his ass. Striper, I cringe. I cringe hard. You know what I cringe harder at? All the power metal bands, the fucking throwaways that you listen to being inevitably inspired by fucking Striper. Maybe instead of my music being up my ass, you can blow it out yours. AE1V1CE. Okay, I walked into that one. My brother is the one who took my eye. As an adult, I love eye/pirate jokes. Also, lifetime rum drinker. Speaking of sip, now your best one-eyed jokes. I demand them!
Oh god, do I have any?
Yeah, I don't even know. Well, I guess it would have to be a blind guy joke.
Oh, Jesus.
Yeah, Terengel is working on that. In the meantime... the Spaz from Rain Man, the music in this game is so fucking good. That's a weird misspelling of utterly shit. That's a strange... That's gotta be some kind of, like, mental condition. Or Sev the Wolf! That shooting was almost as bad as Stormtroopers. Yeah. No shit. Deus Polvolt. Lenin wasn't Jewish, but Trotsky was. He sure was, and he sure got killed to shit. Cough Syrup. Thought about a still life stream. I have wanted to do one, but Still Life stopped working on my computer. I think I might have to reinstall it. That happens sometimes. I upgraded my operating system a while back, if you consider Windows 10 an actual upgrade. But yeah, it hasn't worked ever since. That Indian dude. It is rather shocking the amount of entertainment behemoths who cave to moral busybodies. These people will never buy your games or movies, but by all means, call your loyal customers incel and alt-right. Thank you for that impromptu rant. Sonny Wynn, thoughts on John Carter of Mars? Reading it is a very, so that's where that came from experience. Yeah, it was pretty innovative at the time in terms of pulps. Also, Disney Star Wars has given me a headache, so I wrote a plot for a reboot episode 9. It has nothing to do with the EU, though. Which is a shame. Andrea Jovanovic, did you hear about the porn star that literally drowned in cum? I guess you can say she cemented her legacy. Enjoy the joke, Cancer. That actually wasn't bad.
Speaking of joke cancer, you wanted one-eyed jokes. The best thing I could find were dick jokes, being one-eyed. What do you get when you cross a rooster with a peanut butter sandwich? A cock that sticks to the roof of your mouth. What do you get when you cross a rooster with an owl? A cock that stays up all night.
No.
What's long and hard and full of semen? A submarine.
Yeah, well, that's older than the hills, that one.
That's an old book. What do you want?
Yeah, cough syrup. Forgot to actually write a message. Still live stream? No, you didn't. You remembered, and I answered it. Balag, who is making the new Stalker? Bethesda has a license to make one, but GSC went bust. Your thoughts? Wow, wouldn't that be a surprise announcement?
Oh, no, I mean, it's already been announced, I think.
Has it?
Yeah, you can look it up.
Oh, okay, never mind. I've never been a big Stalker guy, so.
It even came up with a release date. They're looking at it 2021.
What?
Yeah.
Why even announce it that early? Sev the Wolf, what are your thoughts on Warhammer 40k? What is your favorite faction if you like it? Like I've said in past streams, like Warhammer seems like it's just kind of an amalgamation of other people's shit. So it's like they kind of took a little bit from here and actually they took a lot of bit from here and a lot of bit from there. But I don't have a favorite faction. Necroner, speaking of light flight sim, I would give my insert body part here to get a new Crimson Skies. The original, not the Xbox one. No, it's good, but not my style. And bring back force feedback joysticks. Not a bad idea. I loved Crimson Skies. It was a kick-ass game. The Spaz from Rain Man. Nah, son, biggest problem with Trek is that 70% of the problems encountered are the direct result of the stupidity of the command crew. You're not wrong. It's kind of like Prometheus. You know, would there be a plot to that movie if everyone wasn't a gibbering, pace-swilling retard?
Let's take our helmets off.
Dio Brando, they're going to announce the new Metal Gear is going to be a fishing game at
E3. I can see it.
Mr. DJ Fly High donates again. Thoughts on the Koch brothers taking on Trump? I'm not surprised considering they took down the Tea Party and Trump is the revenge of the Tea Party. I explained that in my post-election rant. You can watch that. The RazörFist explains the God Emperor's Ascent, or whatever the hell that's called. Chicken Bone, why am I so disappointed with the end of Final Fantasy 15? My question is, why aren't you more disappointed with everything that preceded it? A Sojourner, do you like AC/DC? I do. They're okay. Overplayed as fuck.
Yes.
Carpetbagger Jack, longtime fan, you fucking Caucasian sensation. Thoughts on a potential Doom and Wolfenstein crossover game? And obviously Mick Gordon will be commissioned to rock dicks off left and right with an epic fucking soundtrack. Not if he has a keyboard present. Keep doing what you're doing, dude. Thoughts on a potential Doom and Wolfenstein how would you incorporate hell and Nazi? I don't know.
You know it would have to be some time portal bullshit where Barry goes into the future or Doom guy goes into the past.
That's not much more ridiculous than the plot to the last shitty Wolfenstein game, though.
Yeah.
If you think about it. The game the press loved, and that should have been our first red fucking flag. Happy console gamer. Harmony Gold forever. Happy console gamer has done many a rant about Robotech. Good man. Good man. Scarfy the Strange. Any chance Star Citizen will appear at E3 with a hard deadline this time?
I imagine we might see something at the PC conference.
Hold it right there. Hold it right. First off, I think they prefer to keep doing CitizenCon because they make money off of CitizenCon. So, you know, will you hear something this year? Possibly, because I think actually Squadron 42 is far enough along that they could probably be talking about it, but who knows? But hard deadline, here's the thing. How did the last hard deadline work out?
Yeah.
Remember, folks, when Squadron 42 was supposed to come out in holiday 2016? Anyone fucking recall that? Pepperidge Farm remembers. Tim Jams, how do you get a one-armed Irishman down from a tree? Wave at him.
That's a classic.
A Sojourner. God fucking speed, Razor and Tyrann. Good night. And that is the last one. You glorious motherfuckers. Thank you for joining us here.